What's up? What's up? It's the Arthur Moats Experience with Deke. I'm Arthur Moats, and that's my main man, Deke.
What's good, bro?
Man, chaotic, but we here. What's the word on your end, baby?
Feeling good, feeling great.
I hope so, baby. I am as well, man. You ain't gonna talk more, man? Give me something, man. Come on, I know you gonna have a lot to talk about today, baby. Come on, get it off, baby. Come on. Come on.
Yeah. The man's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Bad man, bald man, whatever you want to say.
Mm-hmm.
He's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, you saw my pack video yesterday, right?
No, I have not actually.
I made a Canada pack.
Okay.
Smoked on the Canada pack.
All right.
Basically, my main message was he's done sabotaging Pittsburgh greats at the quarterback position.
Mm-hmm.
Now we can move on. So, yeah, I mean, shocked, but pleasantly shocked at the news I woke up to. It was 9 a.m. I'm getting texts from all my buddies.
Bro, seriously. I was like, yeah, we fresh out the bed with this thing.
Yeah, couldn't believe it.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't think I'd ever see the day, but I mean, I think it's warranted based off his body of work. And now we get to see Kenny for the last 7 games without Matt Canada.
Nah, respect on that, man. Respect. I like it, man. I like it. Yeah, man. It's good business, baby. Good business, man. Obviously, we're going to deep dive into all of that type of stuff, too, today,
but
man.
Also, just the fact it's Wednesday night before Thanksgiving. I'm excited.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good time. Me and my friends, we do a little beer exchange, so
Hey.
just a good day, good vibe.
I was going to say, I have heard that that's the thing, right? Go out the Wednesday before Thanksgiving?
Yeah, either you go out, go to the bars or whatever. It's, I think, one of the most packed days for bars and breweries and stuff in the 365 days of a year. Or, yeah, go over a friend's house, do, don't they call it something else?
I feel like it definitely has a name for it, though, right?
Friendsgiving.
That's what it is. I feel like it's a name for it.
Friendsgiving usually the Wednesday night before.
Nah, respect. All right. Yeah, see, my Thanksgiving holiday time frame was completely thrown off. Obviously, we know why. So we got to go down that path today. But yeah, man, I was like, you know what, man? Shout out to the Thanksgiving people, though, man. You know, it's like, enjoy it if y'all, into that thing right now, man. So salute that.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, it's Thanksgiving or Christmas for me. Top holidays. I think there's more festivities that I enjoy for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
But getting the presents for Christmas is always nice.
Shout out to the presents, bro. Shout out to the presents.
Food's better for Thanksgiving, typically. But then just, a full slate of football throughout the whole day. Then you got Black Friday. Now they included a football game for that.
Heck yeah. We got literally football, was it Thursday, Friday? Is there a game Saturday? I know for Christmas you usually get the Saturday game. Yeah, so.
Christmas they included the Saturday game, and we got it.
Uh-huh.
Well, yeah, because it's not technically on a Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. It's actually the 23rd this year. Yeah, we got that Saturday.
But we'll get college football, though. We got some college games out here on Saturday.
Yeah. So, I go back and forth. I probably lean Thanksgiving just due to the football.
Okay.
The football and the food. And I'm over the presents at this. I mean, I'm 30 years old. I'm over the presents for Christmas.
You're never too old for presents, Deke. You're never too old.
So I think the festivities and the food is better for Thanksgiving.
All right.
So, yeah, the presents are usually the X factor.
Yeah.
At least growing up.
That's like the sliding scale.
As to why
this way over that way.
Christmas could be better than Thanksgiving. But, yeah, I don't care about the presents as much anymore. I appreciate them. I mean,
could never have enough presents. Let's say, hey, man, come on now. Seriously.
And maybe this year I'll actually buy some presents for other people. Typically, I don't.
Okay. No, I dig that, man. I could definitely dig that. Shoot.
In a giving mood.
Hey, look, I like when you said.
In a grateful mood.
I like when you was like, presents. I'm like, dang. Because this is the second time in a row that I forgot that I was supposed to bring down. We got some fan mail, Deke, that was given to me and you, but we're supposed to sign it and give it back. We're going to read it? Yeah, but it was actually pretty cool, and I keep forgetting it. So I'm not going to talk about it officially yet until I remember to bring it down here so we can do it on camera. Okay. So next show, I'm going to try to remember that. All right?
Sweet.
Next show. But yeah, you can be. I think you'd be impressed. I think you'd be like, all right, salute. Yeah.
We're going to read it out loud for everyone?
Oh, yeah. Because I think it'd be cool. Yeah, it's one of them things. It's one of those. So yeah. All right. Trying to think though.
But yeah, I'm in a real good mood right now.
Good.
Real good mood.
That's what I was hoping for, man.
I was
the morale
thinking
up,
this
man.
earlier today. I don't know if there's a game I've been more excited to see in this whole Canada era or since Canada has been hired.
Yeah.
Outside of Ben's season because Ben's box office.
Yeah.
we're all excited to see every game he's in.
Okay.
But, like, I'm just saying the last 2 years.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a game I've been more excited to see. Now, maybe you can make an argument for week 1 this year, especially coming off the preseason, year 2 counting, all that stuff. Between week 1, 2023, and then this game, excitement's at an all-time high, I'd say.
All right. I like it, baby. I like it. So, shoot, man, let's get into this thing because we kind of have some behind-the-scenes stuff that's wiggling around. We're going to figure out how that thing plays out in these next 30 to hour. But after that, we're going to be square. So, with that being the case, let's start the show like
maybe
how
we'll interview Matt Canada.
I'm about to say, literally, we got some stuff that's out there right now, man. You never know. But anywho.
Have him call in, do a tell-all.
You don't think you want that, baby? So we're going to start the show like how we always do. Let us know in the comment section where you are tuning in from so we can get those big boy shout-outs to start today's show. And don't forget to hit that like button one time for the culture and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so just yet.
Oh, man, I'm slacking here. Didn't even press the button for the pop-out chat.
Man, that's different. All right, man, you got life going on, man. Come on, bro. Because right now, you got your guy. About to say, this is a big moment for your guy, man. So I know, like, you got a lot on your mind, man. So understand, bro. Understand.
Shout out to Deke and Moats. This is Spawn 209 from the 209, Stockton, CA.
Shout out to Stockton one time in the building. Let's go.
Rod Dallas, 330, Youngstown, Ohio. Share a line, baby.
Share a line, baby.
Brad Smith, the 502, Louisville, Kentucky.
Shout out to Louisville.
Copeland, the Hill District. It's a holiday.
Hill District one time.
Deke's baby mama tuning in from the 412 says she's waiting for me in bed.
You not right now, right?
Well, she'll be waiting a while because I got to go to this beer exchange. And she's not invited.
You ain't gonna take your lady?
No.
That's
not
crazy.
Invited.
Come on, Deke. That's crazy, Deke. You need to see her.
She's got to watch the kid, right?
Responsible. You're right. See, Deke's been a responsible father right there, man. Salute my homie Deke right there. Salute him one time.
Shay's from the 209, Modesto, California.
Let's go. Shout out to Modesto one time.
This is another name for today. Thanksgiving Eve. It's technically right. Jaron PS4L says he's tuning in from the 559, Visalia, California. Says happy Thanksgiving Eve. Thanksgiving Eve.
Yeah, shout out. Oh, baby, that one. All right.
DJ like Lundy from the 757, Norfolk, VA.
The crib in the building, baby. One time for the culture. One time.
El Maranich from the 512, Austin. Steelers should open up with a jet sweep.
Ooh.
Since he won't be expecting it with Canada gone.
Okay.
I actually very much like that strategy.
Okay.
Just one jet sweep.
Okay.
No more rest of the season.
Okay.
But opening play. And get it to Calvin Austin.
Okay.
Yeah, get it to Calvin. Chooks Peasy from the 412, Pittsburgh, PA, 15. He's dropping his zip code, 15208.
152. I'm trying to think what part of the town that is, man. Salute it, though. Salute him, baby. Let's
Donald
get
Copeland says he's on that Matt Canada pack.
Uh-oh.
And C2DAJ 100. This will be my last one. From Tacoma, Washington, 253. Time.
Shout out. I got General Tatum tuning in from the 562, Long Beach, California. David Soto tuning in from Chicago. Can't forget Psycho Knot tuning in from the 754, or Psycho Knot, tuning in from the 754, Hollywood, Florida. Then we got Gonzo, the 805, Santa Barbara in the house. Then after that, let's see, we got the homie Justin Gordon tuning in from the 213, West Adams, Los Angeles. And shout out to the homie Ethan Leach tuning in from the 417, Shell Knob, Missouri. We're a small town out here. Yeah, how about to say I've never heard of Shell Knob, Missouri, but salute that small town in Missouri, baby. One time in Matthew Brockman, since your first time checking in from Erie, shout out to you as well. All righty. Oh, you already know this first one fit to go. What we got? Or do we just hop on it? I mean, how you want? How you want? Is it let me? We're going to super chat it. Or do we just hop on it? I feel like it's going to come up like right away, though.
Yeah, I don't care. I'll read the first one. Farron Bradford. If we're going to run first, let's fully commit from the top down back to north-south runs. Get the right O-line for this. Fully investing in the Hogs will benefit 30-8 as well.
All right. Sound like he talking a little schematics right there, right? Little play calling and stuff like that. So we'll hop right into the first thing, which is the news that came out yesterday morning about 9 a.m. Yeah. That the Pittsburgh Steelers did officially relieve Matt Canada of his offensive coordinator duties, or commonly known as fire. All right. We did get the boss man, Mike Tomlin, speaking a couple hours after that, where he basically said that the decision was his and his alone.
Do you believe it?
I do. Yeah. Why not?
Well, there was another report that came out from Dulac around that 9 a.m. time that said Art Rooney II fired Matt Canada.
Okay.
But
I mean, technically, he is the one who signs off on, like,
sure.
Yeah, but it's like, it's
no, I'm with you. After hearing all of Tomlin's responses, I'm like 70% sure it was his decision and his decision only. Now, was
the boss man still has to be aware of it. Yeah, let's not get that confused either.
Yeah, was Art Rooney the one that was going to hold it back? No, I think he was also okay with firing him. But based off his responses, Tomlin was like, when you get there, you get there.
He's like, I'm seeing just things. Know. Yeah, he was like, you just know. You do it long enough, you just know.
Yeah, so that made me, truly believe. I do think this was a Tomlin decision, not a Rooney decision. Telling Tomlin,
forced Tomlin, right?
Yeah.
Almost like the reverse of when we went and got Flores. When Coach Tomlin was like, yo, I want Flores. So he went up and was like, yo, we want this guy. It wasn't Mr. Rooney calling him and saying, yo, bring this dude in. So it's like, nah. And I'm with you. Based on what he was saying and how he was communicating it, definitely felt like it was coming from Coach T. I was like, yeah, the way he was talking about it, and even to the point where he said that he usually tries to shield those guys, right? Protect them, take all the blame. He's like, nah, I mean, in this situation, that's not it. So I was like, all right, I could definitely dig that. But it was historic, man. Like you talked about, we have never seen this. I think since 1941, we have never had a coach that's been in play by the Pittsburgh Steelers to be fired. So, yeah, definitely mind-blowing, man. But at the same time, I get it. I can understand it. And I do like the move, man. Because when we talk about the standard being the standard, right, we obviously know it's a lot of nuance with it. But as a whole, if we're saying that, we're either getting better or you're getting worse, when we're going down the list of all the different variables, these are the things that you got to realize or look back on and be more critical of. And in terms of order of operations, you can't go first round quarterback before you go young, inexperienced coordinator. So it's like, man,
who hasn't proven much as a whole.
Either way, because you can make case with both of them, right? We talked about on Monday how people were literally in here hollering about Mason Rudolph potentially, taking over. So we know with both of them, it's been, not the best. So in terms of order of operations, Canada, you're the first head to go. Makes sense. Now we got to see what my man could do here. I like it for him. At the same time, I think it's going to be a little bit challenging on him as well. But this is the reality of it. But at the same time, like I said, I could definitely understand why they would make the move, though, man.
Yeah, I wanted it at the bye.
The timing is weird. They said he showed up to work on Tuesday morning, too.
Yeah, looked like Jamal Adams then, huh?
No, so this is my thing, though. It's like the timing of it in the sense of even if you were going to do it, usually you do it on a Sunday. Your game prep starts on Sunday night, Monday.
Or at least Monday.
You catch my drift? So I'm like, dang, we had a whole game prep or started a game week, and now we get to the Tuesday. And it's like, yo, the time is just...
pass wasn't working anymore.
Yeah, it's like, yo, this is crazy. But respect, though, man.
Yeah, we obviously took a step back in that Browns game. As I said, I wanted the firing done at the bye. I really liked how the offense looked end of 2022. That's why I thought we should give Canada another chance. Mm-hmm. But based off his body of work for those first 2 years, I was like, you know what, he's on thin ice. And after seeing how we played those first 5 weeks as an offense, I thought firing Canada would have been more than warranted at the bye. And a bye week makes sense for that.
100%.
We didn't. To Canada's credit, to the offense's credit, I do think we improved the next 3-4 weeks and then took a step back against the Browns. And I don't think some of the mishaps, I've said it multiple times, weren't on Canada in those first 3-4 week stretches that we had. Like, we definitely left points out on the table as an offense. I thought it was more of a player thing. You could talk about Kenny missing passes, Deontay dropping a couple passes, Pickens not getting a toe tap, et cetera, right? But I guess, like Tomlin said in his press conference, the improvements, the change wasn't enough, though, still.
And he also brought up this past game too. He did say that, this last game did have some weighing on it. And we both talked about that too. When we were like, we could easily make it a Kenny thing, but we were also critical of certain things schematically. For me specifically, we're talking about just the formation of how we were releasing our running backs on screen plays throughout the inside of the line while blitzes were coming, and not really having that on the same page. And we really never adjusted it as the game went on. Whereas versus Green Bay, we did talk about how we could see the Deontay Johnson quick screens. We could see the Jaylen Warren fast to the flats, or even in the sense of the usage, right? Division of labor between Najee and Jaylen Warren. That was part of the thing that we were critical of also in this past game. Like, why is it still this type of divide, so to speak, in terms of their usage? But all of that goes into it. All of that is a part of it. And to me, I just like the fact that with this type of move, was I for it? Y'all know I was not for it when we talked about it the other day, because to me, I'm like, this is another form of chaos now that we're about to have to deal with, correct? In terms of you're going to have new OC, new play caller, working at the same time in the middle of the week with Matt Canada's playbook, though. And we still got Kenny, who we're still trying to figure out what he is in his evaluation. How is he going to handle the pressure now? Because you've lost another excuse now, right? At least we kind of had that like shield, so to speak. If anything went bad, we could always point there or to the sideline. Whereas now it's like, that's another element. So for me, I was not big on it prior to it happening. But now I do feel like the messaging is really clear from Coach Tomlin all throughout this team that we're not wasting TJ Watt's time. We're not going to waste Minka Fitzpatrick time. We're not going to waste any of these dudes' time that we feel deserve to go on a run. And when you make this type of move at this junction of the season, I think you letting everybody in that building know nobody's no longer above reproach, because historically speaking, the coaches have been in season the safest people, right? They never get fired.
And Matt Canada has that connection to Tomlin, right. Personal connection.
Yeah, so it's like, that was the guy we deemed like, you're bulletproof. Even if we don't think it's warranted, we still view you as untouchable to an extent in season. We thought it was going to be the whole, they just don't renew his contract once season's over like we typically see. So with that, it does look like they're saying to themselves like, look, man, what we have been seeing, we're not okay with. And that's another thing that I do like, because it's like, it's aggressive. I don't want to say it's a full-on panic move, but you're definitely showing that, we have heightened up that sense of urgency, so to speak, within the building for this season. And I do like that.
Yeah, and I think it did take this Browns game for Tomlin to pull the trigger, because you're just seeing too much. And I think this last Sunday was the culmination of it, where the players aren't really buying in anymore. Like the body language, the stuff that Najee was saying, Pickett talking about we got to make quicker adjustments afterwards. Deontay outburst on the sideline, some of Pickens stuff on social media. It's just something's got to give. Something's got to give. And again, it's not all on Matt Canada, but I think it's just got to the point that there was just a constant buildup over the last year and a half, 2 years of him running the offense, where the players are just maybe questioning the schemes or questioning what Canada's putting them out there to do, and be like, man, really? Like, really? I think the morale hit a low, and Tomlin had to do something about it.
We're going to see.
Whether it's right or wrong. Like I said, is it all on Canada or not? Like I said, over those 3-4 weeks after the bye, Kenny missed some throws. Players missed some plays, like as a whole on offense.
I'm with you on that. Yeah.
But, yeah, I think the Browns game, taking that step back like we did, and I truly do think the play calling was maybe one of Canada's worst. They just think it hit a breaking point.
Yeah. About to say, so yeah, this is interesting now as we go forward. Now we know with Mike Sullivan, who will be taking over the play calling duties, he did do that when he was with the Giants, and it was Buccaneers. That's what it was. Yeah.
He had a good season with the Bucs. Top 10 offense with Josh Freeman.
Shout out, man. And then obviously we know in terms of Eddie Faulkner, he'll take over the offensive coordinator duties.
Yeah, how's this gonna work?
So the way it works is this: Eddie Faulkner does So once again, when you laugh at this, is what we talk about though in terms of the variables. When you fire a coordinator or a coach in season, this is the trickle down effect. It still doesn't take the expectations or the pressure off of Kenny to perform. You just add another variable that is a little bit different. That's all. So the way it works is Eddie Faulkner does all of your game planning, all of the preparation for the calls for the scheme throughout the week. Get on game day, he turns all that over to Sully. Mike Sullivan is making the calls as the game is going on, bro. Mike Sullivan is still the quarterback's coach as well as the play caller. Eddie Faulkner is still the running backs coach as well as the offensive coordinator. So you don't add another person, you just add more workload to the people that are already there. So that's where we're at now in terms of the logistics of it. But from my understanding, they both should still be on the sideline because I believe it was Glenn Thomas. I was drawing a blank on my man's last name.
Yeah, that was the guy a lot of people thought was going to be Canada's replacement.
Right, but they're saying he's still in the booth, though, in terms of the eyes. Okay. So logistically... What's he,
like an offensive assistant or something?
Yeah, but when Canada came down to the sideline, that was the logistics of that. So they're saying that should still be the same way. But now, in terms of Sully doing the game day calling, that's how to work. But Eddie Faulkner will put together the actual game plan throughout the week.
All right.
Like I said, it's going to be unique, man. It'll definitely be unique.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Excited about it.
Heck yeah. Now, for me, man, I think we will see more running because if the OC is the running backs coach, what have we been saying has been a strength this year and of lately, the running game. So I do think we will see more of that in terms of the division of labor. I don't know what that's going to look like because we obviously talked about Nash as the first rounder and how he's been feeling it more vocal about it. You even highlighted it yourself. And now his position coach is the coordinator. I don't know how that works. Along with Jaylen Warren, who we know undrafted, but has been the more productive of the two running backs, regardless of scheme. We said it, man. 74-yard run. It wasn't a special call. It was just a special player. I don't know what that looks like either. I do think we will lean more on running game, though, because of the fact that, position coach is the coordinator. But in terms of in-game calls with Sullivan, I don't know. Does he lean on, hey, this is my player because this is my position coach? I mean, in terms of, him being the QB coach as well. So does he put the ball in Kenny's hands more potentially? Or does he guard him and take it out of his hands more? We won't know that officially, obviously, until the game. But those are some of the things from a thought process standpoint that I'm interested to see play out come Sunday.
Yeah, I think the thing that gets me hyped is there's definitely going to be a lot more ownership and accountability on the players because I'm assuming you got Sullivan and you got Faulkner. Like they're stepping into these like upgraded rules for themselves. I'm sure they're going to be taking on some of the players' perspective and asking them like, what do you think we should do? I mean, we just fired the head guy. Obviously, some of the body language and what's been going on has been off recently. Like, how can we make this work like all together?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm excited about. Like this is one of those things where I think Kenny's gonna have to step up. Najee running, whoever it is, you guys are gonna have to step up and
the leaders of the team.
Figure out something that's gonna work now going forward. As a unit, because obviously what was happening wasn't working. Like I would like to see Pickens being moved around a lot more. I'd like to see us target in the middle of the field and Freiermuth a lot more. Yeah. Running plays that aren't as predictable when we have Najee out there. I mean, there's just like little things that add up. It's like, okay, can we get all this? Can we hit the check marks here?
Yeah. So what do you think are your expectations for Sunday then? In terms of the things you just saw, like, what do you want to see in terms of like the short term? Because we obviously know
I want 303 touchdowns for Kenny. Let Kenny cook. Just
respect.
Let loose. Let's see it.
So when I say your expectation, if you don't get 303 touchdowns, that's what I'm referring to.
What do I think's gonna happen? Yeah. Like I said, I want to see Pickens. I want us to see Deontay, Pickens, our star. I want us to see these guys like featured. I want us to see them like schemed open and stuff like that. Like almost, when AB would maybe be off to a slow start, we would just be like, let's just throw AB the ball. Let's get him a slant. Let's just do something. Let's get the ball in playmakers' hands. So that for me is just like, if we're not seeing Pickens or Deontay doing stuff early on, like let's not wait till like late in the game or the second half. Like figure out to get them the ball and have them make plays.
Respect.
I just don't think we've been doing that enough.
I can dig that.
Yeah, I mean that's one part of it. Being less predictable with the whole running stuff. There was one thing I heard from Orlovsky. We would have one formation or a certain formation. We'd run one play out of it.
Correct. Yes.
Like, that's insane to me. That's literally insane.
Yes and no, but I'm with you though.
Yeah, let's not do that. Let's have like a combination of plays out of certain formations.
Yeah.
Like it's literally shit I do in Madden. You have a formation, you got like 5 or 6 different things you go out of it. If it's one play out of one formation every time, the defense picks up on it.
Like you said, when we simplify it like that, yes. In the flow of the game, I think it's a difference, though. That's all. But I do get what he has said, and I do understand why you're taking it like that. I definitely do.
So the other thing, I mentioned moving the ball in the middle of the field. Now, this is going to be a thing here going forward. Is that a Kenny thing? Is that a Tomlin thing? Or is that a Canada thing? We'll find out.
I say because we've removed one out the equation now.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
We'll find out. Because there have been times where a pass might be open over the middle of the field. Sure. And Kenny hasn't hit it. He's checked down maybe a little too early. But, yeah, those are some of the things. So, hopefully it's a little bit more opened up. We do attack the middle. We get our stars the ball. It doesn't have to be complicated either. It'd be a 5-yard hook route. Instead of passing the ball laterally at the line of scrimmage or behind the line of scrimmage all the time. Seems like we do that way too often. I'm trying to think of anything else. I think we're going to get just a morale boost and an energy boost all around, though. At least early on.
Think about it. You typically do see that, whether it was Buffalo with them switching coordinators, the Raiders when they switched it, even just Saturday a year ago with the Colts, it worked for a little while. So you do see the
You're going to get that for a week.
Shoot, even the Jets when they switched out the quarterback last year when it was with Mike White. They came with the T-shirts and stuff.
Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to a jet sweep the first play, though. I would like that.
All right.
What do you think?
What, in terms of what?
What are you expecting this week? What do you want to see changed?
To me, heavy dose of running the ball. Definitely want to see more of that. I think that last week we got away from it a little bit too quickly. Definitely think that is our bread and butter. The next thing I would like to see is if we're running the screens, or even though you're not a fan of the quick releasing passes that are lateral, I don't have an issue with them as long as it's better timed. We didn't have an issue with quick releasing passes by line of scrimmage when it was the Green Bay Packers because it was getting Jalen Warren the ball behind, but he's going with the momentum. Last week it was more of the screens, but the time was also, to me, I want to just see a better feel for if it's the fast release. I'd put Jalen Warren
in the category of stars. I would put him in there if we get him in open space or something.
So for me, when we're doing the fast release, make sure it's 30, not 22, regardless of how he might feel about it personally. 30 gives you the better option. So if we're going to do the fast release, I like that. If we're going to go with the screen game like we've been trying to implement, you either got a daggone delay in terms of your block on this guy, or you need to have it coached up a little bit better, running backs room, right? In terms of the timing of if you see color flash, you got to turn around now because he doesn't have enough time to keep bailing, and get you that ball. Those are the two things in terms of right now what I want to see this week. That because from a passing standpoint, the scheme is not going to change. There's still the same calls, still the same routes. It's just the flow is going to be different. So when I've seen guys open downfield, that part is not going to change. That still falls on 8. 8 still got to deliver those throws. So we took out part of the equation. Now we got to see, okay, can you actually make those throws? That's still going to be there. But I want to see, like I said, just the feel of when we got blitz coming, or if Kenny is struggling and we need to go to the quick passing game to Deontay Johnson. I want to see that happen a lot sooner. More of Green Bay, less of what we saw in the Browns where it was like we never made that adjustment.
No.
Yeah. But I do think from a morality standpoint, I definitely think our morale is going to be up because, first off, whenever somebody gets fired in the organization, everybody perks up because, bro, if he can get got, anybody can get got. We don't, most people don't live that type of lifestyle at their workplace. In the professionals, that's what it's like. So when he gets the headshot, there is nobody in that building that's chilling right now. Everybody is going to be up. They're going to be alert. They're going to be fired up, ready to roll because they don't want to be the guy that's viewed as the reason why we're still struggling. So I do think that we will get that uptick. Then from there, man, continue to do what we're supposed to do. We're not far off when we came out of this pass game. We came out of this pass game saying, bro, Kenny got to play better.
Yeah, I wonder if Canada's fired if we get that game on the drive.
Exactly. So that's my whole thing. I'm like, it's not like we about to look for something magically different. I'm like, bro, we just need this little bit to be adjusted. And then from there, Kenny, make the stuff that we need to see you still make. But now, in terms of the evaluation of Kenny, it just becomes even more focused on him because we can no longer look and say, well, it was maybe that guy. Oh, it's definitely that guy. It's like, we don't have that anymore. So now for Kenny, it's like, bro, we really going to be looking to see, can you make these throws? Or was that on him, or was that really on you? Because it might be the case where, as we've talked about a couple of times already, where it's like, yo, when we don't be knowing who it is, I've even said it before, right? This sheet, like, yo, well, you might got to get rid of both of them. And I didn't think it would be in season, but that's, kind of where we're at right now. So for me, I just want to see him make those routine throws and don't turn that ball over, lean on this run game, and let's come out here and look like we, are motivated to play today, man. Because we can't lose another week, man, to another backup quarterback. That's the other part where it's like we keep coming into these games and it's like, dang, all right, this backup quarterback outplayed him. That quarterback outplayed him. That's the other part where it was like, yo, with Canada here, you still could be like, yo, it's on Canada. It's on Canada. But this week, you like, God, dog, this is another backup, another guy that we wouldn't want as our starting quarterback. He can't continue to be outplayed by those type of guys. So that's another thing I want to see this week, too.
Being outplayed by he was the only backup we played that recently.
I'm just saying in general. Will Levis, for example, right?
No, well, that's the thing.
Like when I look at those type of dudes, I'm like, yo.
I don't think Levis outplayed Kenny. That's my thing. Or even Jordan Love.
I know you don't think that. And I can understand why you wouldn't think that. But from a NFL standpoint, if we talk about just playing the position, not as a team, not as the outcome, just who could play the position better that day, I think it was a little bit different globally. That's all.
They threw some picks. Kenny didn't. We got the win.
And then, for example, like last week, we said outside of the garbage time hook and lateral play, he finishes 4 quarters of football with less than 100 yards passing. That is also what we're referring to. So,
yeah,
it becomes more.
I'm just saying specifically last week, sure. Yeah,
like I said, it becomes more critical of Kenny because Canada isn't here anymore. That's all I'm saying. So for me personally, you ask me what I want to see. That's what I want to see. We could use them excuses to me beforehand. Now it's like, bro, come on, man. We getting rid of everybody. Show me something, man. So this is one of the ones where I don't want to personally leave out of that game and be like, yo, how the heck did Jake Brown and do all this? And I'm looking at Kenny. I'm like, bro, what the heck? Like, I don't want that either.
I don't even think I was using Canada as an excuse for Kenny for some of the games after the bye, though, to be honest.
No,
I think he missed throws.
Me personally as a whole. That's what I'm saying.
I guess what I'm referring to with firing Canada and why I'm completely cool with firing Canada is more of just his body of work and his imprint on the offense as a whole.
100%, yeah.
Whereas, like, I do think he had some decent stuff dialed up for us. The Titans game pack. It just has not been consistent enough with Matt Canada at the helm.
I'm with you, and that's what we said. Yo, when you can't decide who, you pull one out. Now, that's what I'm saying. Is just for me professionally, the pressure is gonna go on him now because he doesn't have this anymore. That's all. But he's built for it, though.
Yeah,
he's built for it.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Yeah, do you believe in Kenny?
He definitely built for it.
You think he's gonna step up, back up against the wall, adversity?
Yeah.
I mean, job on the line in a way.
I mean, because it's like this. We're not saying he's gonna get fired this offseason if he never improved. But as we talked about on Monday, in terms of the style of player they bring in, that is going to be largely determined by these next, 7 games. And that's the part for me. Even before the Canada stuff, we were already talking about the urgency for him. Now, with the Canada move, it's like, yo, they're letting everybody in that building know what's up, man. And that's the part where it's like, yo, handle your business, man.
And I think Tomlin believes in him, too, based off some of his answers in the press conference. Like,
absolutely. Didn't bench him. He said he's still sticking with him.
Yeah.
And even when he was asked about the next 7 games, he said, yo, we're focusing on this week. And I think that's important because, if we talk the next 7 games, we know it's a critical time for Kenny. But does that help Kenny in this moment prepare for Sunday? Absolutely not. To help Kenny prepare for Sunday, man, you got to tell him, bro, we're not worried about Thursday. We're not worried about Friday. We focused on today. We focused on today, man.
We don't care about stats.
Yeah.
All we're trying to do is get the dub.
Absolutely, man.
What else I want to say, though, with this offense coming up? I mean, all it should take is 20 points.
We say every week, there's 20.
There's no shot in hell this defense should be giving up more than what they gave up against DTR and the Browns, right?
Every week it's a race to 20, bro. Every week. If we get to 20, it's the win. We say every week.
So, yeah.
I like it, baby. I like it. And I would definitely get that, though. Like I said, this is another one. I know Cleveland, not Cleveland. I know Cincinnati's probably saying the same thing. Hey, bro, this is the get right game, bro. Even though we ain't got Joe Bed, it's the get right. We're gonna be straight.
Done. They're done. Their season's over.
They saying this. I'm sure they saying the same thing to us, right? Because you look at our record and their record, it ain't like it's far. You know what I mean?
No, Burrow. Their season's done, though. I mean, their season's absolutely done.
So, yeah, like I said, man, we better not come in here with that mindset. We better come in here.
Absolutely not.
Okay, because I'm about to say otherwise.
Look at last week and say we just lost to a backup quarterback.
I'm pretty sure we lost to the backup quarterback with the Bengals as well, when they had a backup quarterback last time played us. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, if we got that mindset, we will get beat. We better come out here and understand that, yo, that Bengals team still going to run that ball. They still got a very dynamic running back. They still got dynamic receivers. Even with, okay. And on top of that, they defense, even though they're not to what I think our level, that's still a really good defense over there, man. And that's the other part where, like how we did last week with DTR. DTR don't play defense. Jake Browning don't play defense. They still got some good guys on that defensive side of the ball. So, like I said, man, we'll make sure we locked in on that as well, man.
Joe Gerbis, does Kenny have one more year if he is shit without Canada? Because I'm worried about how he'll perform. Love you, Master Moats, but Deke needs to be for real about KP8.
So, to me, man, I don't think that this is Kenny's last season. But what I will say is this. If Kenny does continue to look like we've been seeing or regress over these next 7 games, we will be bringing in legitimate competition or a higher end upgrade in terms of more defined or more just established at this level. But at the same time, like I said, I do anticipate him being on the roster. I don't think we're not talking that type of scenario. But in terms of him being the QB1, I think that these next couple of games are going to have a lot to determine with that. I'm almost afraid to say even the 7 games, just in the sense of you firing your coordinator right now in the middle of essentially the week, late in the year, you saying that you're not wasting a lot of time. So I don't know, but he will be here. Like I said, I do feel like he will still be on the roster next season. So yes, but in terms of where that is, it determines what he does these next couple of games, man.
Fan Bradford, I know fans want to poop on 22. Well, let's not forget how good he was when we ran the offense through him his rookie year with poor offense. Same way we give KP8 passes, do that for 2-2. God, we get a quarterback better than KP8.
Kind of confused me. It's kind of confusing right there. All right, so he's saying that we need to give Najee the same type of pass that we give Kenny. Yes, we do. It's different though. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's different.
Quarterback, there's one guy on the field. Kenny has done good things. I guess people just want to ignore all the good things he has done. But I just think it's night and day between the 2 guys that we have at running back position right now this season. Whereas especially if you want to compare Kenny to Mitch or Mason, I'm taking Kenny all day.
I think the big thing that he hit it on is in the system, like with 22. Since, week 1, we wouldn't have been tripping if they said 30 was the guy then, right? Whereas with Kenny, it's this, we need to see it, give it time. All right, it was the coordinator, give it time. It was the O-line, give it time. I think that's what he was referring to. But at the same time, the quarterback position by nature, they warrant that because it's a lot more on their plate. So we evaluate them like that and they get more time like that because we know if they can hit, that is the most important position on the field. And if you got that guy, then you are golden. But if you don't got that guy, then you might be in hard reset mode again. So I just think in terms of when we view the 2, I think that's why it's like that in terms of Kenny getting a little bit more leeway than 22. Also, the longevity of the position. We know running back shelf life. Traditionally, after 3 to 4 years, we start to see that decline, right? The more mileage, the more usage they have, the less their shelf life becomes. Whereas for quarterbacks, they can just play for a lot longer. So that's the other reason why you give a lot more or a little bit longer time frame in terms of the evaluation or even some of the passes on Kenny versus on Najee.
King Whooper. What up, boys? I'm in LA right now, driving 2 hours for a funeral, so y'all finna keep me company while I spark a J, too.
Hey, man, respect, and ain't nothing wrong with lighting up on the way to the funeral. Speaking from experience, Deke, sometimes it gets you through the hard times, bro, because you be sitting there like, oh, I hate life. just hate life, just everything. You be like, yo, is it sunny outside? I hate the sun. Oh, it's grass. I hate the green grass. Yeah. So trust me, I definitely dig it, bro. Definitely dig it, man. Thoughts and prayers, though, man.
Barilla92 says Whopper Jr. hands is historically the worst QB and got Matt America fired. A touchdown on less than 2% of his passes. Start Mason.
Hey, yo, we call him Whopper Jr. Now, I did. I have been seeing people say they ain't letting him off the hook. I thought they was going to forget all about your boy with the Canada thing, and they still let you in, still. Yeah.
Right, that's true. But I do think everyone's completely fine with the firing.
Yes. Across the board.
I don't think anyone's saying we should have kept Canada.
We all were on the same page. It was like maybe the timing was different for some of us, but as a whole, we were all on the same page.
How people feel now is differing. I think there's various responses to this, and that's one of them, saying, oh, we still have KP. Yeah. Offense is going to suck. Meanwhile, no, I don't think that's going to happen.
I like it.
I think things are going to be opened up a little bit more. I think people are going to be in for a ride here these last 7 weeks.
Shoot, man, you know I'm all for that. As an alum, I need us to win more anyways, man. So shoot, I hope we get all that.
Yeah, in fact, this weight has just been lifted up off my shoulders. I think with this Canada firing, I'm in a way like getting back to my old self. I think we might need to do some QB comparisons for each of these last 7 games.
I just hope it works out, bro. That's it. I just hope it works out, man. This was the first step. It's like, yo, when you start talking about the list of people that got to get whacked in the mob movies, it's like, oh, we can't get to him on that list before we get to him first. And they just put Matt in that front seat, drove around that corner, he ain't come back in that car. Who you think the next person get in that front seat, bro? So, yeah, man, I hope your guy does do everything you say, man. I hope so. Because, yeah, baby, we going to need that. Mm-hmm.
Colton. No. This is Greg Yeager. How much
shout out to Yeager. You a Yeager bomb guy? You Yeagermeister dude?
Yeah.
Shout out, man.
Greg Yeager says, how much does the Canada firing turn up the heat on KP, or will it turn into a new excuse because we have no OC? Happy Thanksgiving, gang.
Hey, man, shout out to you as well, man. I think Coach Tomlin actually addressed that. They had asked, he said they're not going to be grading on a curve just because of these changes. So with that being the case, I think was it the standard being the standard? I think that still holds true because as a whole, playbook has not changed. The calls have not changed. So there's no new verbiage. There's no new scheme or anything like that. But what will be different is the flow, right? The flow of the game will be different. The flow of the play calling. At least that's what we're anticipating because just two different personalities, right? Matt Canada, we know, is more of a lateral approach guy. He's more, I'm going to try to beat you sideways, jet sweeps. We talked about all those things when he first was signed, and obviously we've seen a lot of it since he's been here. Now with Mike Sullivan, in terms of the game day play calling, should feel different. I mean, even when you talk about a Josh Freeman-led offense, think about it. That was a lot more of a passing standpoint. If I remember, wasn't Doug Martin down there too during that time?
Maybe.
I want to say, yeah, I think it was down that same time. But with Josh, we know, man, Josh, they was going to throw that rock. So it's like, we're going to see. We obviously have to wait until we get to the game to see exactly how it's implemented. But it should feel a little bit like we might get more throws out of the situation, which in turn for you bodes well because you said the 303 tutties, right? So at least.
Well, that's what I want to see.
Yeah,
I'm not saying it's going to happen, but.
I mean, obviously we know, but it can't happen without him getting the attempts more so than anything. So I'm like, that also could potentially be out there as well, man. So like I said, man, I don't think it's an excuse for him, man. I think that right or wrong, is it another variable that he has to deal with? Sure. But this variable in comparison to the last variable, you take this trade-off, right?
Absolutely.
All right. So, yeah, that's what I think. I'm like, man, I
think it's an upgrade.
Yeah, we'll take this trade-off. We'll see what's up.
Faulkner and Sullivan and Kenny figuring this thing out.
Yeah. So I think that's more of like the vibe right now versus it being a excuse for him.
Colton Choi Fu, if I own the Steelers, I'm doing this today. Signing Shaq Leonard. Work 7 out and see what it looked like. Sign June Jones as the OC with Batch as an assistant.
Okay. All right.
That's disrespectful to 7 to even have him work out. That's disrespectful.
I just be wondering, what does that say about Kenny then? If we could just bring him off the couch without working him out, and we just go green light him over.
I think that's more what you say about 7 and who 7 is. It's more about that.
All right.
Not necessarily a slight against Kenny.
Oh, because I'm just like, bro, I don't think I would have ever heard that. Like, what?
That's the greatness of 7.
Okay.
That's how good he is.
Jeez.
The Shaq Leonard thing, though, apparently he cleared waivers.
Yeah, right. I mean, this goes to $6 million if you picked him up or if you claimed him while he was on waivers. Yeah.
Bro.
How you feeling, man?
I'm back and forth on this.
All right,
One side, why not bring him in? Could he turn back the clock for us? The other side is everything I'm reading from like Colts blogs, and I'm even texting my buddy who's a Colts fan. He's like, this dude is washed.
Mm-hmm.
These injuries really got to him. He ain't the same. So bringing in a guy like that who might still want to be an alpha and maybe he, doesn't have it anymore, isn't the old Darius Leonard. He's now known as Shaq Leonard. It ain't the same. If you bring in a dude like that and he still thinks he's got it, that could potentially ruffle some feathers. But
we bringing in people though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Brought in Miles Jack, brought in Blake Martinez.
But we need the linebacker help. And if maybe a change of scenery does Leonard good, I mean, we're getting all that upside. We're getting all that reward.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be opposed. I would not be opposed.
Respect. I'm stuck. Obviously Shaq, my dude. Love Shaq Leonard, man. Small school ball, but big time turnover guy, athletic, rangy. But yeah, the multiple injuries and surgeries, he looks like a shell of himself right now. And that's the unfortunate part. Because, if this was 2 years ago, I'd be the main one. I probably would have called Coach T myself. Look, baby, come on, man. You already know, get my guy. And he'd be like, I'm already on it. But, right now, when you do watch him, he does look like a shell of himself. Could that change if he had more time to heal up? Who knows? Problem is, we're in season. And that's my big, like I said, reason to be a little more hesitant with it. I'm glad we didn't claim him off of waivers, because if we were going to pay $6 million
plus the remaining contract.
Yeah, I was like, that's not the one that we want to do that with, because that's, like I said, it's the floor model TV right now. It looks really nice, but we know it's potentially damaged. Okay, it's potentially been touched on a little bit too much. Got a little bit too much wear and tear than what we would like to invest in. Does it hurt to bring him in? I'll say this. With the new way you can sign dudes to the practice squad, I don't hate it, because at the end of the day, I say to myself, Blake Martinez, Miles Jack versus Mark Robinson. What is the big difference? I think to me right now, I love Mark Robinson's health. I love his availability. But at the same time, I love Miles Jack and Blake Martinez football experience. These are guys that have started 16 plus games on multiple seasons, have led the league in tackles on numerous occasions. Unfortunately, even though I'm very high on Mark Robinson, I can't say that he has done that just yet. So when I think of Shaq Leonard, it's a similar concept of, athletically, is he better than Mark Robinson today? Probably not. But mentally, what he's seen coverage-wise and things like that, that's part of why I do lean it doesn't hurt to potentially bring him in with the new practice squad model. Now, the issue is this. Because he cleared waivers, he is in the driver's seat now. He determines who he signs to, or if he doesn't sign at all, because since he didn't clear waivers, he's still going to get the $6 million from the Colts this year. That does not change. He's just going to get the double dip wherever else he signs. So it's not as if he's hurting financially by not playing. So that's the part where you got to see for him, does he like the fit? Does he like the overall team? Does he like the direction that the team is going? And remember, this dude was just a part of an organization where they fired their head coach in the middle of the season. I want to say they switched GMs as well in the either preseason or off season. But I say, so they've had some change, and then they going through their quarterback situation as well. So that's the other part where you're just like, yo, how appealing are we to him, right? Unless we get into the whole bidding thing, which I don't personally recommend because of us knowing a little bit about the injury and him not looking the same since recovering.
He's probably not going to get a big contract.
Yeah. Like I said, 2 years ago, I loved it. 2 years ago, man, I'm with it.
I like the moves we have made, though.
Yeah.
Bringing back Miles Jack and then Blake Martinez. Blake Martinez is basically...
Blake's a good player, bro. Heck yeah.
Like a higher pedigree Kwiatkowski.
Yes,
in my opinion.
That's a great analogy. Heck yeah.
So, yeah, those were the two things I thought we could do whenever we lost Cole Holcomb and Quan Alexander, and we did that.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know how I feel about Martinez and his Pokemon ventures because apparently he was scamming
He's
kids.
He's paid with that, bro. He got paid with that.
He was scamming kids and had to like shut down the business. That's why he unretired. Like he retired.
He retired to do that. He said he made like $20 million doing this thing, bro.
I'm telling you.
Well, he grossed 20. I don't know how much. I don't know how much he made net.
Yeah,
he was janky.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
But then, I mean, he had his response to it saying, like, you don't believe everything you see out there. There's more than meets the eye. Like,
so that's kind of, well, it's a lot of that going on in the news right now. You look at celebrities like, yo, do you believe this celebrity that's suing or you believe that celebrity that's settling? I don't be knowing. And then with Blake Martinez, it's like, all right.
I don't really care. As long as when he's on the field, he makes tackles.
Hey, look, can you catch the pick? Can you come down here and fill this A-gap for me one time? All right. Set my defense, close it right, give me a little red left. All right. And we good to go. That's all I'm looking for. I don't want too much. No.
But yeah, bringing in him and Miles Jack, that's fine. I think that's good. If we brought in Leonard, I'm good with that too. But I think we did a good job of trying to replace Quan and Cole Holcomb here.
Because part of me still wants Robinson to get a chance, though. Like, the same way we were talking about him a year ago, and we were like, yo, we like some of the stuff we saw, and we felt high on him. It's like, yo, you've waited your turn. We saw them bring multiple bodies in here this offseason, and they had their opportunities. Now it's your turn. I don't think you played bad these past games. I think you played well. I thought you made some plays out there. I want to see you with another opportunity, though, where you actually have the full week and you're preparing and you know going in that you're the guy. Not midway through the first quarter, guy goes down. And not even midway. I think it was opening series. Just at the end of it, it was, that's when it happened. So it's like I want to see when you get the full week's preparation and you know going in that you're the guy, how you respond in that situation, man.
Russell Schwartz checking in from the 719 Colorado Springs on vacation with the family.
Let's go. Enjoy said vacation as well, man. Dang, man, we should have got the invite. We should have went to Colorado Springs. I've been down for that.
Deke's baby mama. November 21st shall be celebrated as Canada's Independence Day in the Berg.
All right.
Deke Stigler gonna get it good in bed tonight.
You'll be happy. She celebrate with you. All right. Let's go, bro. I like that, man.
Amin Ashtabi. Moats
Hey, don't add another one, though, all right? Just keep it at one, all right?
Yeah, no.
Don't add another one to your collection, bro. It gets real out here, man.
I don't even think this one's real. I don't even think it's mine.
I think it's yours. I'll be telling everybody it's yours, bro.
I don't think it's mine.
I've seen the DNA test with my bad eye. I've seen it. Deke's the father. Yep.
Amin Ashtabi, Moats said for weeks it was an execution problem and defended Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Do one of the culture and take a few steps back on that take? Heat on Kenny now. I don't know what he's asking for. He says do one of the culture and take a few steps back on that take. Heat on Kenny now.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I don't really know, man. But yeah. All good. Shout out to you, Armin, though. Major love.
Let's go, UW. Speaking of giving, Around the 412 is doing their annual Rockin' Around the 412 Christmas charity for local kids again.
Let's go. Y'all tap in. Y'all make sure y'all tap in on the info with that too, man. Shout out to you. Let's go, UW as well.
I Hate Kenny says, damn, I'm going to pray for Matt Canada because he was sabotaged. Now we get to see the trash get stank up the field, and there's nobody else to take the blame.
They be coming with some clever names when they taking their shots at I see Blanada. I haven't seen, that was the first time I've seen, what they call Kenny on that one? Trash Get. That's the first time I've seen that one.
These haters about to be silent. That's all I know. All right. That's all I know.
All right. We did have Wood ahead of that. Let's Go UW had a second one. He says, after hearing Brady's interview with Stephen A., I'm very willing to take back everything bad I've said about Tom if he becomes commish.
It was a good interview.
I just saw the part where he said there's a lot of like average in the NFL. Yeah. That's all I saw. I didn't like watch it.
And he was right. I thought it was pretty good. He was actually...
What was like the context of when he was speaking on it, though?
I think a bunch of the new rules.
Okay.
One, he said coaches are a lot worse now, but also how they're constantly trying to protect the offensive players. He was like, the offensive players need to learn how to protect themselves. It's naturally a physical game. He's like, back in my day, I would not pass it over the middle because I knew Ray Lewis or one of these big time linebackers. Yeah, exactly. He's like, it's part of the game. It's the chess match.
We used to say that low key, like, yo, that's on you and your quarterback. That's not on me if he's putting that ball in you in harm's way. But that has definitely changed though now, and it's almost like rewarded. It's like, yo, throw it across the middle of the field. We know if you get big hit, we're gonna get a 30-yard penalty anyways, bro.
Yeah. It's like the offense needs to figure out ways to protect themselves. It's not the defense's job to do that. The defense is supposed to hit and stop the offense from moving down the field. He also said, which I loved, he was shitting on this new generation in a way of seeking likes and views as opposed to working on their craft. I was loving that.
He said the social media people.
Yeah, he was like, that's cool for, some of this stuff, but don't forget, like, you got to work on your craft. You got to work on what's going to be sustainable down the line.
What is got
He's like, it's not all about instant gratification. You got to work. But he's like, everyone now, especially with college and the NIL, you have X amount of followers, X amount of this and that. You get money
rewarded before you get the work. Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, you can't be doing that though.
Low key.
He was still open to it, but it's just like, you got to focus on the right things. You got to focus on what is sustainable long term.
Yeah. I don't fault what
it was a good interview. Yeah. It was good.
I definitely don't fault that.
Alpha God. Yo, Deke, if fans start chanting bench Kenny Pickett, what would be your response to the chants?
You got my dog quiet, man. What is going on?
If the fans start chanting bench Kenny Pickett, what would be the response? I'll say go be a fan somewhere else. I don't know. I'd have to think about that. I'd say go home. I'd say bench the fans. It's a good question. I don't think we get to that point.
You really have my dog stuck for a second, man. Hey, go. I hope it don't get to that either, though. We'll need that. Oh, yeah, we'll need that, bro.
John Easton, just curious what a team would have to give up for Herbert. A lot. I mean, for Herbert?
I mean, you might find out soon, man. You might find out.
What do you mean?
Well, I was just... Herbert could be on the move just in general is what I was saying. So I was like, you might find out.
Well, the Chargers would be idiots for trading him.
I mean, but sometimes, if they give you up, everything, then, yeah, what can you do? What can you say? That's all. We might see it.
I'd say 4 first-round picks.
Nah. It's going to be a multiple package of that thing.
2, 3 first, good players. Well, whatever it is. What did Jay Cutler
a king's ransom, yeah.
I'm trying to think. Who, Lamar Jackson was on the table for 2 firsts, right?
Yeah, but it was 2 firsts and it was going to be the contract, too. Because he already has his
Herbert's got his contract.
Yeah.
But, there was some stuff going on where people didn't think they really offered it because they thought the Ravens would just match. Yeah. Right?
But it was flirted out there. I do remember that. Yeah.
At least 2, 3 first, maybe a player or 2, something like that.
What was the Jets?
For Rodgers?
Yeah. Now, granted, the age part was different. Yeah.
Second could be a first, depending on, I think, the level of Rodgers' play.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I know Cutler got traded.
I think it'd take like I said, it'd take a lot.
I can't remember how much they gave up for him. I think the Bears gave up a couple first, maybe first and a second.
Do you think they would move on from him though? If they did a full clean house though?
You would be the stupidest franchise of all time.
That's what I'm thinking, yeah.
Justin Herbert. You would absolutely be idiotic. But I guess you don't put it past the Chargers. They would maybe do something like that.
I mean, I don't remember how Drew Brees was viewed back then, but
no, he wasn't good.
He wasn't viewed like that, right? Okay.
Phillip Rivers. But it's weird because they drafted Phillip Rivers, and then Drew Brees had a good year or two after drafting Phillip Rivers because they just had Rivers on the bench first couple seasons. So Brees did really solid. Yeah. And I think there was this fork in the road moment where Brees got hurt. So I think the Chargers
because I remember getting hurt. That was part of it.
Move on, and then Brees was a free agent, and it was between the Dolphins and the Saints, 2 teams that he was going to pick. I think the Dolphins.
He wanted the Dolphins, though, right?
Yeah, the Dolphins said they didn't want it. Some about the Dolphins training staff said, no, Brees is shot. We're not going to take him. And that was Nick Saban really wanted Brees.
Yeah. And that was his year. Yeah.
Obviously, Saban went back to college because of that.
Then the other last big trade quarterback was Russ. But Russ, depending on how you viewed him, down years.
Did they give up a couple first?
I think they did, though, didn't they? I feel like they did, yeah.
Let me see. Well, they gave up a lot of players, too.
Yeah. Let's see, because they sent over Drew Lock, Hawkinson as well.
Yeah, I wonder if it's multiple first. Okay. Broncos have agreed to trade Drew Lock, Fant, Shelby Harris, 2 firsts.
I said Hawkinson, tripping. Fant, yeah, Hawkinson's in Detroit.
2 firsts, 2 seconds, and a 5th for Russ and a 4th. So,
and that was when his stock was kind of down,
So I'm not
too.
messing like 4 first-round picks.
Yeah, because that was
4 first-round picks at least.
Stock slightly down on Russ
3
during that
firsts,
time.
a second, couple players. Yeah, it'd take a lot to get Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
I would think.
Justin Fields is probably cheaper.
Yeah, they might just cut him.
You think they would do that?
No, they'll trade, but it'll be a late round.
No, I'm with you though. Yeah, it'd be
pick.
crumbs. Yeah, nothing crazy.
Because they're gonna have an early pick. They're gonna take like Caleb Williams or Drake May. I'm assuming. Nanzito, Kenny said it himself just now. He's a perfectionist. In my opinion, that hurts him in the offense. When did he say this? I guess he did an interview.
Yeah, so he spoke today post practice, and then I think Najee was supposed to be talking in terms of like the locker room scrums afterwards, because like in the morning, like I said, I don't think all the players were aware of everything that was going on. The report came out about fire move, because like I said, Canada was at work. So till we get in the office like 5, 6 in the morning, bro. That ain't happened till 9. You already done been in special team meetings. You starting your team meeting around 9. Yeah. So it was like, I don't know how what the communication or the logistics of everything was, but yeah, man.
Okay. Continuing that comment. In my opinion, that hurts him in the offense because naturally you won't play like yourself, or you'll just plan not to make a mistake as opposed to just trusting and learning as you go. Could be. Maybe this will be a wake-up call for him to let it more loose.
Yeah, and trust me, man, it's nothing wrong with being a perfectionist. That is part of why he has gotten here, because he holds himself accountable, because he feels like he can be this. That is nothing wrong. You just have to, like you said, have that fine balance of, I'm a perfectionist, but at the same time, it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to take some chances. You just kind of got to figure out that dynamic. All right, so I think TG is actually good.
Say from him.
As my dog texts me, he says, "Oh, it's 5. I'm in a different time zone."
Okay.
I'm like,
he's traveling around. Football season over then.
I don't know, because
he's
like I said, it's been a busy little bit of time for the boy. So yeah, when I talked to him, I know he said he was going to some games for the holidays. So I don't know, but we're gonna find out shortly as we talk to my dog, the one and only TG. Get set up real quick. Y'all hit that like button one time, too, if y'all digging the show today. Don't forget to subscribe either if you have not done so just yet. Get my dog. All right. Should put the future back on, Deke. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they ready for the future to be playing in the show, though. All right. Just call up the homie, see what he's on. Yo. You got me? You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
There he is. Ladies and gents, boys and girls, children of all ages, back like he never left. We talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers alum. We talking about that West Virginia Mountaineer alum. We talking about one half of the locker mates. More importantly, my mother freaking locker mate, Terence Garvin, a.k.a. TG, my brother. I ain't talked to you in, since, it's been some rough times for the dog, but we here. Shout out to my dog, man. What's the word with you, man?
Everything.
Let's go.
on the world tour, trying to put it together.
Hey, respect. Just try to take over the world, baby. Just take it over the world. And you know the homie Tito, good vibes in here. Hit you with the RQQ to the good bros.
Root to the good bros.
One time for the culture.
We just had a Founders Day.
Okay. Shout out to the founders out there. All the Omega Sci-Fis. All y'all out there. Shout out to y'all. Salute you.
Salute.
There it is. But my dog, we done had some big time movement here, man. In the showbiz, they say don't bury the lead. So we gonna hop right into it, man. Matt Canada got fired or officially relieved of his duties.
Ain't that, man? That's tough. Tough, man. It's tough business. Hey, can be here today, gone tomorrow. Right. I don't know. I mean, I thought. I personally thought the timing of it was kind of unique, like in the middle of the season and everything.
Yeah.
But I do understand, they still got the back seven. So I do understand, like, maybe you want to make a change right now. You win, you got a chance to, get in the playoffs and make something happen. So you're just trying to get a spark right now.
TG, they said all them boys didn't even know he was gone. They said, he was in the building and he got about 9 o'clock. Say middle of the meetings and stuff, man. Shoot,
no,
bro, they said they was interviewing fire move post practice or before practice. He didn't even know he was fired. Man. I'm like, bro, he got that's Christ. I saw.
So he just thought about it. Hey, like,
my man, look, he caught him transition out of that team meeting. He was like, I don't like how you walking today, Matt. Come here, come follow me real quick, Matt. That's what he did. I say, yo, what? You know we're on that 9 o'clock time. We like, all right, this on Wednesday. We didn't got out of special teams. We didn't got out of the team meeting. 9 o'clock. We done with all that. Yeah.
I'm like, it's the middle of the week. Like,
bro.
Because it was a Tuesday, right?
Tuesday. I'm like, bro,
it was a Tuesday. Tuesday is that day off.
It's weird. It's a weird day, man.
Yeah, that's how I felt like it was weird.
It's a weird day, bro.
Because you got the Monday to reevaluate what just happened. He must have went home
Monday night, Tuesday morning. He said, I don't like how he responded right there. You know what, man? Bump that.
I don't like the response he had to that. I'm going to go ahead and kill it. So, you never want to see somebody lose their job. But
Facts.
A change in environment's always kind of good sometimes. That might spark some new energy, So, we'll see. A little more creativity is going to come out of that for sure.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to come just open that thing up, so.
No, respect. Now,
so the running back coach is taking over.
Running backs coach is going to be the offensive coordinator, and the quarterbacks coach is going to handle play calling on game day.
Okay.
How you're part of some of this logistical stuff as a defensive coordinator. Talk us through what that is like. I gave them my version of it, but you because you live in it. So you talk. How does that dynamic work, man, as a coordinator currently?
I mean, that'll be interesting. So it sounds like the offensive coordinator will probably get a bunch of plays that he likes, get things that he likes. They'll probably scheme it together a little bit, and if he's calling the plays on game day, then that's he's gonna
bro.
He's the one that's gonna call the sequence of plays. They'll probably call it together. He's probably got the running game.
My man said game day play calling. Mike Sullivan, acting interim offensive coordinator.
Yeah,
and he fucked it. He was real specific.
Will you be able to hear both their voices in the headset though? Like if you're Kenny?
No, you hear the guy who's calling.
You just get one voice.
Yeah. Now the OC, obviously you got the channels where we could talk on the sideline to each other, but in game, bro, you got one voice, man.
They probably talk to each. It's an offensive thing. It's a little bit different.
Yeah, defense is different.
You're kind of like, what are they in? Let's go.
It's a lot more communication.
It's like 11 personnel. Hey, they in that trip.
Hey, what's the down and distance, T? What's the down and distance, bro? Talk to me.
Like offense, I think you could be on your pace a little bit harder. Where it's like, hey, what you thinking?
Yeah.
This the runs that's working. This the pass.
I kind of like this right here. I'm thinking this right here. Yeah.
And they biting on this. It's there.
It's different because you control the flow in terms of on offense, you're snapping the ball. So granted, the logistics is a little bit different when we're like, he's calling the calls, but this dude is doing the prep. But they're facing
your pace.
Yeah, you're fighting the 30-second play clock. You fighting that clock. Whereas on defense, if they come out hurry up offense, You don't have I'm like, yo, I got 3 seconds, bro. Give me a call. Like, we don't have all this time. I might give you
a call. Yeah. I might not have time to hear. I might kick man sharp.
Hey, look, bro, we're going to call what we call. Yeah. Give me Tyson Abbey or give me Cobra or something, Yeah.
Run it.
Yeah.
Run it. We'll figure it out. Let's get all this down. So that'll be interesting. I think you'll see a little bit more creativity in terms of, because you got a running back coach going to call some stuff, so you're going to get some more unique runs.
Yeah.
You know how that goes. You probably see some stuff you like.
If you the running back coach, though, I mean, who you featuring? Your guy Deuce or your guy 3-0?
3-0. Yeah.
Wow. Hot boy.
I said the same thing since
hot boy.
I've never switched my feet.
Hey, yo.
I've never switched my feet.
But this your man's, though. Your man's is the boss. Bro, TG, if you the first round of TG.
Najee might be the reason Faulkner's in the role that he is.
TG, if you the first, seriously, if you the first round of TG and now your coach finally get the green light and you ain't been getting fed, bro, you better not look somewhere else. What we talking about, Tim?
But you're both their coaches, though.
I know.
You're both their coaches.
That's the part I was like, oh, this is kind of unique.
Man, 30 running that thing right now.
Bro, he taking tosses 70 plus.
Yeah, he's housing stuff, home runs.
Mm-hmm.
What else do you want? Like, I don't think you can take the hot hand away. Like, I get.
You can't say 22 down. 22
you showed too much. You weren't supposed to show that.
You were supposed to show that.
I told you that. But he's starting. If you look how he's running,
I'll admit this was your best take of all time.
Facts, bro. Facts. You've been on it. Facts.
I told you this. Before it got hot. Now it's hot.
Hey, the block is way too hot on it now, bro.
I told you this months ago. I told you this last year. I'm like,
you told us last year when Najee was cooking at the end of season.
Right now, before
I swear.
Before it get exposed, trade it right now. Now it's out there. Now you can't do it. You gotta live with it.
Yo, we stuck. It is what it is, bro. It is what it is.
But I'll be real. To his defense, it's cold. It's starting to become his time. Like, you can see that beat down is starting to show up.
Yeah, and that's the undefeated part.
Yeah. So now it's like you kind of got a two-headed monster, and you got one of these he's built for this time.
Yeah.
This is his time. So I think his production, and it might be perfect timing, but I think it'll pick up a little bit right now.
Okay.
You know?
I mean, the other boy did play in Utah, so I mean, he's accustomed to some of that cold as well.
He's a dog.
Yeah, I'm about to say, don't minimize him now. He done been in the blizzard.
Seeking comfort. That's the guy. I told you that was the guy last year.
I like 30. You know we on 30. We like 30. But at the same time, we can't ignore the politics of being a first rounder within the first 3 years of being a first rounder. We know it holds weight, bro.
You gotta trade that, man. You gotta try to keep it hot.
Man, it's too late for that, bro. It's too late. We here for the next 7. It's too late for that.
It's too late. It's too late. I mean, that's the only. They was talking about trading for a running back.
Yeah.
Banacanda.
What are you talking?
I feel you, bro. I feel you.
They was in on the Derrick Henry sweepstakes.
They was in on it, yeah.
What are we talking?
We were.
We was flirting with it a little bit. They flirted with it.
Come on.
They flirted with it a little bit.
What?
Nothing crazy,
I was hearing that name pop up in the Derrick Henry sweepstakes. You know you was too.
Oh, you said they flirted with it, but they won't go commit to it. They flirted with it, though. And there's nothing wrong with it. Just call up. Ain't nothing wrong with a call.
You can't just make phone calls. That's cheating.
It's a phone call. It ain't cheating. He was window shopping. Let him window shop.
Man, that'll ruin Thanksgiving, man.
Deke told me it don't matter where you get your appetite as long as you come home to eat. That's what Deke told me, bro.
That's what he told me.
That's what Deke told me. All right.
Man.
So I was your role with Deke. That's what Deke said. Deke said you can get your appetite anywhere. Just come home and eat. All right.
The married men around the world is like, no, it's not true.
That's what Deke said. You know that ain't the case, but that's what Deke told me, man. So I'm just telling you what Deke said. That's what Deke told me, man.
In a lot of trouble.
That'll get you in the big trouble. TG said, yeah, I don't know who said that, but I'm not rolling with that at all. All right, that is not what I'm on.
Yo, TG, then you mentioned more creativity. What are some specific things that you want to see from this offense going forward?
Just more creativity, more motions, more shifts, just more things to get the eyes moving on the quarterback. More like linebackers, safety. They're starting to do that motion with that inside zone. You can see that double back package they're doing, but that's stuff to make the linebackers' eyes move. But they just need to keep doing stuff to like find creativity. You know what I mean? Jump into a bunch. motion from the bunch to a stack.
The boy said, hit him with that, a line and empty, and then we're going to motion back and set this thing back up. And then we might shift to bunch.
Back on the inside zone. You might get the safety to come down the wrong way. Like, a line, you know what I mean?
I'm going to give you 5. TG said give them 5 different things, check. Bro. Yeah.
Make them do their empty check, motion back, you know what I mean? Check, jump in the, like, just exotic.
Hey, look, and then you hit them with the stretch. I'm going to give you 30 different things, hit you with a dive.
A stretch.
Just to get you thinking about it.
Let me test these 4 verticals early. Let me make sure you got your stretch game together. Yeah. You know how it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I might give Kenny a QB power. Make sure you got your numbers together. Like,
you're going to account for them today. All right?
Yeah. Things to get this thing going. Like, early. You might see that option come out of nowhere.
We did do some read options with Kenny last year.
We did.
Yeah. But I think you got to do all that. Like, I think Kenny's in that category, and I'm not here to beat on him, but I think he's in that category of like a Tannehill type package that you got to make stuff where he's on the roll, he's moving, like he's not just gonna drop back and dice you right now. That's not his total game.
Yeah,
he's kind of got to like get his reads together, so you make his reads easier.
Simplify. Yeah, simplify.
Yeah, you get him on the run, you 2-on-1 him with the corner, like. Throw this.
Hey, I hate it. I know exactly what you're talking about, though. Yep, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yep, I hate it. I know exactly what you're talking about. And look,
roll out high low.
You either go come and stop me from running, and I'm gonna dump it to that dude, or I'm gonna run it, and you ain't gonna come over here. Yep. I hate it. I know exactly what you're talking about.
You got 3 options: run, throw it to him, or throw it to him. Like, these are the options.
Now I get that. I definitely get that, man. I did want to ask you this week, or on the Kenny topic right now, Mike Sullivan, he'll be taking over, like we said, the play calling duties, but that's also Kenny's position coach.
Nice.
Do you anticipate them or him specifically putting the ball in Kenny's hands a little bit more since they do have that type of relationship with him being his position coach?
But I think what you're saying, I see where you're going, but he might put it in there a little bit less.
I know. That's what I want to know your thought. I think it's less, but I want to know from you. Yeah.
That might be one of them. I'm going to protect you and me.
Yeah.
Look, that's what we're going to do. We're going to do what this is built to do.
I'm going to save you from yourself and me. Yeah.
Yeah. I got to save us. You see, they're firing people. They done told you they'll fire you. They done sent them.
First time since 1941, TG.
Come on.
Since 1941, they put him in the front seat. They drove around the corner, and he never came back, bruh.
He didn't come home.
He ain't come back, bruh.
The second was the quarterback coach. Then we'll get the quarterback.
You see the hierarchy. I was like, you can't hide now.
Yeah, you're next. You gotta get this thing going.
We said you're next.
I'm handing off 30 times.
Say we gonna get out this stadium. I don't care what y'all talking about.
Get out the stadium. Yeah. Let me get out the stadium. I'm not tripping. I'm throwing screens. The screens are gonna pick up. We're gonna go 24 of 32. But 14 of them might be screens. Now, you know what time it is.
But low key, though, you can still have a nice stat line at the end of it, working the screen in the short and intermediate passing game, though.
Shador's numbers look good every week, and Shador don't throw that thing downfield for so much. Yeah, they look
You can even make a case at times, even Brady has had some moments. Now, we know as a whole, but it's been some games where it's like Brady going to carve you up working short, intermediate. Breeze another one. Man. Absolutely, man.
As a defensive dude, I humbly tell you, it's nothing wrong with the check down, man. That's 3, 4, 5 yards. Like the check downs, it'll get you where you're trying to go.
As a former linebacker, talk about the check down, man. What it does to you. All right, is it a layup for you defensively?
It's not. You got to make this tackle. I'm throwing his face to 22. I'm going to see you make that tackle in the flat. I'm going to test that corner. Like, yeah, that's a big boy. I'm going to test the corner. I'm gonna do those type things. You know what I mean? That's how you get exotic. You just want to get those one-on-ones, those matchups you're looking for.
Yeah.
And you got big dudes, like you got big skill. Your skill are like big tight ends, big running backs, big skill. So I'm trying to get big skill on little dudes.
I like it. I like it.
I've been saying attack the middle with Deontay, Pickens on little drag routes, hook routes and stuff. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. 3, 4, 5 yards, just getting a rhythm.
3, 4, 5. That's a good run. If I get 3, 4 yards as a run, that's a good run. I get 3 of those, that's first down.
I don't care how I get it, just give it to me. I don't care how I get it, just give it to me. Keep me on schedule, man.
Open that thing up like that, You know what I mean? I don't have to do all that.
Nah, respect. I guess we never actually got a chance to talk to you on on record about the Browns game, but what was your thoughts on that game, man? I know I've talked to you, but what was your thoughts, man? Obviously, DTR and company, you know.
It was all right. I mean, I just think they're trying to get that. Like, I can seriously talk about the run game. You know, I think the run game is that's the center of everything to me. Like, that's what this team's built on, is the run game, stopping the run and running the run. You know?
Yeah.
So I just feel like they're trying to just continuously find different and better runs. But I thought that run game woke up, which changed the game. You know? It gets the offense going. It gets it moving in better directions. To me, I thought that was the difference. I thought they stopped the run pretty well. All right. Here you go. They find ways to get stuff done. Like, that's the only thing I say about the Steelers. Like, no matter what you call it, what you want to say, they find ways to get stuff done.
All right. Now, we've also brought in some reinforcements at the linebacker position because we've been dropping like flies. Obviously, Cole Holcomb, Quan Alexander, both done for the year. But,
man,
Quan,
you know I'm a Quan fan.
Bro,
like, salute Quan.
That one hurt. I even tried to go back. I was going back and looking. I'm like, bro, everything was good on the play right at like the last second. It's like he slips as he's turning.
Just one of them plays.
Yeah, it was just freaky, bro. I'm like, man, you done ran this whole play. You've been in coverage. Nothing's wrong. And literally right at the end, you just see him kind of turn and lose his step. And it's like, dang. But
the play Cole got hurt. He's just running to the ball.
Seriously,
man.
Bro. And just friendly. Man, sucks, bro. Sucks, bro.
Terrible play. But he's just running. He's doing what he's supposed to do.
Yeah, without a doubt, bro. Without a doubt.
You know?
But we've brought in Miles Jack and Blake Martinez both to the practice squad. I think we're about to bump up Miles. But talk to me a little bit about Miles Jack and Blake Martinez, man. What were your thoughts on the signings, man?
You know, I like Miles. Athletic young guy, man. Still know the defense. Probably come back in.
Now, time out. Did you say athletic young guy? Is that what you just said, bro?
Yeah, athletic little young guy.
He ain't young no more, bro. He been in the league he been in the league about 7-8 years, bro.
Miles is like 26.
D, pull up how old is Miles, man?
You're saying 26.
Miles is like 26.
He's like 28. I think
I'm saying he's closer
29.
to 30, bro. I'm saying he's 29. I'm going 28, 29, bro.
I think he's 28.
I think 28, 29, bro.
Man, Miles is like 26.
Bro, Miles been in this league for a while, bro. He's a grown man.
28.
Miles is
28.
Okay.
It's 28 years old, bro. It's a grown man, bro. He's been for a while, though.
Martinez is 28 for sure. Didn't both of them retire earlier this year?
Yeah, well, because one was selling Pokemon and one didn't want to go to Philly. I don't blame him, but yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, you caught these dudes off the couch. They still relatively young. I think they're young.
No, you still young. But for football years, though, it's like 28. Yeah, you're past the 4-year window of being a young guy.
He just turned 28, too.
Just turned 28. Okay, so he's a young 28. There you go.
Yeah, he'll be 29 next year.
Yeah, he's a young 28. Young 28.
Yeah, right.
With how many years of experience?
I think he got in the league young.
He got in early.
7 total.
7 total years. 8. All right, so yeah, man, he's stacking them, though, bro.
You got him on practice squad right now, which is the advantage of the practice squad. You get to see it.
That new rule is fire. Yeah, that's fire.
You get it in Kentucky because it wasn't like that. Like a dude like those.
You could never get away with this, bro. Yeah.
You get to get it in Kentucky.
I'm low key. I want to see Leonard like that. I'm like, bro, bring Shaq in. Let me see him on the practice squad. Let him run around on the practice squad first, bro.
I didn't even say nothing to you about that. You know that's your man. That's your man.
That is my man, but he's been damaged. Don't act like my man's ain't been damaged these past couple seasons now.
I'm just saying, like, if we go back and if y'all looked up all the takes that I've given on this show.
That's fine. That's fine. Prior to him being hurt, think about this though. Prior to him being injured, my take still stood. He just been hurt.
He's not bad. You're like
he's just been hurt. Literally, since we've had that convo, he has not been healthy. Think about it, bro.
He
hasn't been healthy since. That was literally his first time getting hurt when we talked about it, and he's been since then.
Like I love this game. Before that gets taken, I love this game.
Oh my gosh, here you go, bro. Here you go. Just because he gets hurt does not mean he's not a good player. You can't minimize what he did for all the years he did it prior to being hurt. He punches
the ball out.
Oh my god. Oh my gosh.
It's a great story. I love it.
Some of TG's takes are holding up.
Oh my god!
Everyone I tell you,
no, I can't say that.
No. What do they say? A broken clock is right twice a day, right? A broken clock is right twice a day. A broken clock is right twice a day. Because Deontay Johnson is still on this roster and he's still killing it. So leave me alone, all right? If you gonna pull up my takes, right. I'm gonna throw your Deontay on you, all right? Jeez.
All right, I'll take that one. And that's because they couldn't get it traded.
Hey, I was gonna say the theory behind it wasn't terrible because if we would have got Jordan Addison,
that's because they couldn't get it off.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it sounds real good. Well, my take would have been fine if Shaq would have stayed healthy. Then how about that? If we go say you seeking comfort, you seeking comfort. You said we couldn't get it traded. That's seeking comfort. You could have traded it. You just didn't want to give it away for what you didn't want, in return. But you could have gave it away if you want to trade it. It won't nothing to say he has a no trade clause. No, y'all just wanted a certain compensation for that man. That's all that means. So I don't want to hear that, man.
Now you just gave it away. Just gave it away.
Well, you minimize Shaq to just a punch merchant, a punch artist. That's it.
That's what it is.
Yo, you hating on him. You hating on my dog, man.
Josh Norman in the box.
If he went to West Virginia, you would have loved him. If he went to W, you'd be talking about, he's great, man. It's the best linebacker ever. But because he went to a small school guy, he won AA dude like I used to be. Because we're bougie now. We Sunbelt guys now. But back in the day, we was one AA cast. So I get you be turning your nose up at that small school guys. That's what it is.
I love South Carolina State.
Listen, you ain't even like Hargrave until a couple of years. He was like, all right, man, I guess Hargrave.
No,
I guess
like
you good.
Hargrave.
Listen, TG compliment is this. He don't be like, yo, I like this one AA guy. He's like, he could have played at W. I guess we would have brought him to W.
Man,
that's how he compliment. You see, that's how he does. Shout out to Rasul, bro. He got us out that stage. Shout out to Rasul. He was hooping.
He would have got two of them.
I'm a big, and he punched one out. I'm a big Rasul fan. Fan. Rasul was hooping, bro. Shout out to Rasul.
That just pulled up.
Shout out to Rasul right there, man.
All right. Yeah, all right. West Virginia.
Hey, I was over there singing Country Roads, all right? We're good, man. Yeah. We're good.
Look up,
Yo. But yeah, so how do you see that playing out though in terms of getting back to the inside linebacker room? Miles Jack being back, Blake back, and then we still got Mark Robinson, man, still getting another opportunity as well, and then Landon Roberts. How would you, if this is your linebacker room, how you implementing these dudes out there on Sunday?
Yeah, I'm getting Miles ready to go. Like if that's still Miles that we think it is, right? I'm getting that ready to go. I love B. Robertson. Like, I'm a fan. Oh, yeah. I don't think him and 50 are the same player.
Bro, they stupid athletic, bro. Stupid.
Yeah. But it's still, like, those are thumpers. Like, you still need a body. If you look at the type they brought in there, like, and Blake Martinez is, in a sense, he's kind of a tweener type, too. Like, thumper, but can run.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Miles is a thumper that can run, but Miles is really a runner.
Yeah.
He's more of the body than the brain or the thumper.
But so it's also a former college running back. We know his athletic ability is different than them other dudes we talking about, Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm bringing that in.
Are you thinking about Shaq?
I'm bringing it. Who?
Shaq. Are you thinking about Shaq?
Yeah,
he just cleared waivers.
Of course, that's an all-pro linebacker. Even though he is what he is, I'm trying to.
Hey! Don't you say he is what he is? Don't you say that?
Nah,
don't you say that? Don't you say that? Don't you say that? So let me hear what. So what is he then? If you just said no question, you would go get him. Let me hear that one, Deke. Shout out to you for that amazing question right there. So what is he? What is he again?
He's a Pro Bowl linebacker.
He's a Pro Bowl all-pro linebacker. You said he's both. It's no way he could be both of those things. It surely can't be all-pro and Pro Bowl.
What we think he is. He is what we think he is.
I just didn't know we were talking about the same person, Deke. I said this can't be that linebacker, Deke. I know that's not who I think we talking about. Yeah.
Man, yeah, I bring him in.
Okay,
I'll bring it in for sure.
Okay,
for sure.
I'm glad we all on the same page.
What you mean?
I at least need to see it. I got.
How you handling it? Are you putting him on practice squad? Are you easing into it?
Man,
having him start day one.
As soon as they get here, man.
You gonna have to show me that back door work, bro. You gonna have to show me.
Not bringing you over here for that, man. You start. Let's go.
My dog say, yo, I don't care which.
You got the A gap or the B gap.
Listen, weak hook, strong hook. That's where you live right now, all right? We gonna call Tampa 2, you the runner. You know what you got, bro. You know what you got.
On. Hey, this was blue over there where you just was at. Same defense.
Hey, look, we call it red here. We call this gray, and that's white. And you can't mix it up, all right?
Let's get to it.
We gonna make it work for you.
He's coming down opposite of you. You know what to do. Let's go.
We will make it work for you, bro. We will make it work.
Yeah, we're not gonna make this too difficult. And I'm putting something next to you that's telling you what to do. Hey,
seriously.
All right.
Hey, don't have him thinking out there. I don't want to see my man thinking at all. Make him look good. On. Make him look real good. Facts, bro.
I seen Josh Dobbs do that quarterback. I'm putting that in that linebacker. Start right now.
My dog said I ain't wasting no time.
No, I'm not here to play.
All right, I need a couple weeks to see it really don't work before I believe. I'm like, no, try it again. Try it. You sure? One more time. All right.
It just didn't work with y'all. It couldn't work.
That was y'all. Y'all had Jeff Saturday as y'all coach for a little while, man. I'm sure he fell out of love with it for a little bit over there. I could get that, man. All right. Change the scenery. Mike Tomlin. I believe in that. All right. Yeah.
Coach Tomlin was rated most coach wanted to play for. That was dope.
Come on, man.
That's kind of that situation. He'll come in here and play right now.
Come on, bro.
And he in the Greek life, you know what time it is.
He is. He is. You right. Whew. All right. I'm just surprised to see you or hear you this excited about some guy that could just punch out the football and that be it. It really surprised me. Like, I just didn't think you would have that strong of a stance on him being here, man. But I'm glad to hear that, though, TG. I'm really glad to hear that, man.
Yeah, I love you, Joanna, man, even if you are a man.
Respect, bro. Respect. All right. Now, this is a little bit not off topic, but shout out to Rob Lightfoot. He's been in the chat, and he's been asking heavily for you to answer this question. Now, it came up on Monday before Canada got relieved of his duties when we were looking at the quarterback and evaluating Kenny. We threw up a poll, and we were asking, who would you rather have start? Kenny Pickett, Mason Rudolph, or Mitch Trubisky? Couple hundred people voted, bro, and it was literally neck and neck between Kenny Pickett and Mason Rudolph.
That's crazy.
No, like it was locked in. Like we had the poll up for probably about 10 minutes, man. About 300-400 people voted, and yeah, we talking about 44% to 43%, and we had to wait for that 44 to actually get in front for it to be Kenny. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, Mitch got no love. Mitch was like 5, was it 12%? I think it was like something like super duper small for Mitch.
Less than 10.
Yeah, but like we did it on ours. Deke also was streaming on Bleacher Report when he did the poll as well. And what did yours say?
It was like Kenny 50%? And then Mason was like 38% though.
So we're getting a lot of this Mason Rudolph resurgence. And like I said, Rob Lightfoot wants to know specifically from you, who would you go with? Kenny Pickett or Mason Rudolph, man?
I'm going with Kenny Pickett. What are you talking about?
Okay. All right, there we go.
It's crazy that y'all are having that talk. That's crazy.
That's what the people have been saying, TG. We just react. We read and react. They was like, yo, that's what we feeling. I was like, I don't think we feel like that too, but that's how they felt. So I just pushed it on up the line. I was like, send it over here to my dog. TG, your turn. You answer that. Yeah. So why do you feel how you feel, man? Because I'm sure they're going to be like, well, he just said it just because he's saying it, man. So why do you feel Kenny over Mason?
Because, Kenny's the starter. Like, that's the plan. You came in with that. You loved that. You married that. You bought that. That's the guy. That's what we're going with.
No, I could dig that. I could dig that.
That's what we're going with. That's who we bought. That's what we bought. That's the starter. They took the 1 reps in OTAs. You took the 1 reps all the way through this. Kenny.
All right. I could dig it.
Fired the OT. We got to fire everybody else before we fire that.
Talk your talk there. He talking. Yeah. Talk the talk there. I could dig
firing that. We're gonna go sleep with that. We're dying on that hit.
Respect, man.
Unless we get Caleb next year. Then
don't you do that, man. All right, don't you do that, man.
If you can get Caleb or Drake, I'm gone.
Well, my dog, I know you got it. I know you got to get ready to roll out of here.
Don't hurt.
But before you roll, let me get that prediction. Who wins? Steelers, Bengals, Sunday. Who gets it done?
Steelers, man. The Bengals is wounded, hurt, quarterback gone. It's tough over there, man. It's a bad time to be a Bengal, man. And it's a rivalry.
Bad
I like the Steelers. Coming off of a firing?
Come on.
Oh, he might put 50 on them.
Come on.
He might not stop.
Like, talk that talk.
Get some more of this.
Let's go.
Get a little bit more. Yeah, screens, tunnels, everything coming out this week.
I like
everything.
I like
it. The triple.
Don't do that. He said, give me a little academy action.
Man, you see these coaches copying them college plays. I done seen that USC play pull up like 4 times now.
Hey, my boy said, yo, we finna give you Army, Navy, Air Force action today, man. Yo. All right, my dog. All right. Well, hey, man, safe travels. Enjoy the holiday. You know we appreciate the heck out you, man, and we'll spend a block on you next week, man.
My dog.
All love, baby.
Hey,
yo, what you got? Uh-oh.
That Pitt struggling over there, man. West Virginia over here rolling. Them Panthers over there struggling, man. Time for change.
West Virginia ain't doing anything amazing, and we've known that about Pitt's football season. We've known it's a rough one. We're on to basketball.
It was over after the backyard brawl. That's when it was over.
Hoops.
It was over after the brawl.
Hey, we got a point guard that's about to be drafted.
You're talking about a point guard.
Freshman point guard. 4-0. Hey, watch tonight against Florida.
Whose man is this? He said a point guard?
Say Hooper, bro. It's hoop season. Even
Did he say a point guard, bro?
It's hoop season for Deke. It's hoop season for Deke, bro. It's hoop season. Just let it roll. It's hoop season, bro.
I know he didn't say a point guard in November.
Deke said it's hoop season, bro. Just let it roll. It's hoop season.
A point guard in November.
It's hoop season. It's hoop season. It's all love.
Look how far we've come.
It's all good. It's all good. Look,
what do you want me to say? I mean, firing Narduzzi is on the table right now.
Man, get rid of the program. Sell it like Arizona.
We need to bring in Coach Prime.
Sell it like Arizona. Hey, Coach Neil Brown, we're going to pick up Bobby Bowden. We'll see you again in a few minutes.
Bobby Bowden?
Oh, my God, yo. I'm about to say, low. We don't want Bobby. I promise you don't want Bobby. I promise you don't want Bobby right now, bro. You don't want Bobby, bro.
I didn't mean Bobby. I meant my man from Texas A&M who just took the test.
Jimbo.
No, we'll take him.
Jimbo coming with us.
No, we'll take him.
We'll see you in a minute.
Hey, yo, what my man say? Yo, we really talking basketball right now? Oh, no, yo, it's KB right. All right. But before you do go, TG, before you do go, just know JMU men's basketball team is ranked in the top 25 for hoops as well. I just wanted to let you know if we were gonna go there, we ranked over there. TG, you know we not. We still trying to get this 11th victory this Sunday or this Saturday. You feel me? Yeah. We trying to get 11 of them things. That's what we want.
I get it. Y'all season has to come to an end.
Yeah.
We're going bowling.
Right. I was like, we don't have a choice. Yeah, we don't have a choice, unfortunately.
Are they going bowling?
I don't know what they on.
I told you.
Are you eligible?
The season's over. We got one more game, but yeah, season's essentially over.
Yeah. So technically, TG, technically for us, we have to wait to see if. I think it's like 2 remaining bowl eligible spots in terms of teams not getting 6 wins. So if that is open, then we would technically get the nod that way. But like I said, bro, we trying to get that 11th win, man, and we'll holler at whatever afterwards, man. But shout out to that record-breaking crowd at game day, too, bro. 26,000 of them people out there at JMU, man. I don't know if you peeped it, but you should have, man, all right?
I seen that. They lost.
Yeah, they did, but they won that part, though, all right? So just respect that part, all right? So all good, man, all good. But my dog, man, we will holler at you. Happy Thanksgiving, man. Turn up for the coaches. Stay safe out there, bro.
I think Baylor beats West Virginia this week.
Oh, man, you shoot them on the way out. That's crazy.
Let me just leave with this. Just know we ruined your season. That's all I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna let you lie to yourself some more, but just know we ruined your season.
I wouldn't say that.
You never bounced back after that night in Morgantown, like I told you.
We did. We beat Louisville. They're a top 10 team. I think it was more of us having a tight end as a quarterback for that game.
Look, I know when I'm being kicked out. I know when it's time for me to go home. I hear everything you're saying. Just know we ruined your season. Just understand, nothing was the same after that night in Morgantown. That's all I can really say about it. Nothing was the same.
West Virginia beat a top 10
Listen, TG, you are not finna be late on my account, bro. Stop it, all right? Y'all stop it. We're going to spin the block a week from now. We're going to do this again.
You can talk and drive,
bro.
Right?
Stop it. You try to get my man. No, you not finna be on my account, bro, all right? So all love, we're going to pull up next time, all right? My dog. All right, broski. Peace, man. All right, shout out to my homie right there. Yeah, he was about to be late, bro. He literally hit with the text. He like, bro, I'm supposed to be walking. I'm like, yo, I know you keep talking. It's my dog though right there, man. Shout out to my homie TG, man of the people right there, man. If y'all was digging the interview, hit that like button one time and don't forget to subscribe either, man. Let's go.
Now what? We got supers?
Yeah, let's get back into the supers because I think we still had a good amount. Yeah.
Sure. We got, I think, Brandon Keene. KP8 has to show up. This is the biggest, most pressured game of his career. If shit goes south after firing OC at 6-4, it's going to be open season on Kenny and Tomlin.
Yeah, I mean, you bring up some good points right there. And I'm glad you included Tomlin as well. Even though this team has continued to play at a high level in the sense of winning, we know he is the boss man. He is the head of the ship. So if you're making changes and things like that and it still doesn't get to where it's supposed to, then, yeah, you still do have to look back to him. Now, do I think that means you move on from him? Nah. But to act as if he wouldn't be looked at in terms of a little bit more critical in certain instances, I think that that's also, a little bit false as well, man. But this is definitely going to be a big moment, man, for Kenny, man. I'm just excited to see how he responds to it, man. Everybody has adversity in their life. Everybody has adversity, especially when you're playing football. You deal with it, man. But it's like, how do you handle it? Are you a guy that is going to cut and run? Or are you a guy that's going to bite down and, walk through the fire? And that's what we want to see with Kenny, man. So I'm hoping, and I do anticipate it being more of the latter. You listen to Coach Thomas speak on him. Say he's one of them dudes that is a hard worker and football justice is a thing. What he means by that is no different than when we talked about Deontay Johnson in that first, or I think it was the second year we talked about some of the drops. And then we saw him at the softball game. He's putting in all the extra work, getting his hands right. And we saw an uptick. Even though it was not perfect, we still could point and say, you know what, man, this dude has improved that part, right? Because he's putting in the work. I think of it in a similar sense with this, man. If Kenny is truly putting in the work like Coach Tomlin is saying, then eventually, man, it will come to pass, man. He will get that football justice, so to speak, where it actually shows in stadium. But other than that, we still got to wait and see, man. And that's the other part of it, man. But like I said, man, Kenny going to respond. He'll respond.
I hate Kenny says God doesn't like ugly.
That's his name?
That's got to be Noriega. He probably just switched his name.
It's like God.
It's got to be Noriega.
Yo,
he says God doesn't like ugly. Kenny is AKA Mr. 3 and Out. Next trash.
Mr. 3 and Out. Dang. Well, that was partly under the whole Matt Canada thing, right? So we will see going forward if that remains constant. Hopefully it doesn't, though.
Let's go, UW. So Faulkner has been on a blocking spree of Steeler counts. I guess the Steelers front office gives a list of dissidents to block both fans and fan pages like Blitzburg.
Not really, but at the same time, I don't think it's hard to figure out who you want following, who you don't want following you. Just, I speak from personal experiences. Like, it ain't hard to tell which accounts are on, positivity and which accounts are on internet clicks. Everybody, when we talk freedom of speech, yeah, you got freedom of speech, but you still have some type of consequence. And in this situation, I'm just going to block you, right? So if they take those approaches, which some of those pages, or a lot of them typically do, what Faulkner is doing is just essentially saying, I'm not going to allow you access to my information that freely. You're going to have to work a little bit harder to get it. I don't have an issue with that at all. Shoot, I block people all the time, man. It is what it is, baby. Say it.
828 style, I don't think this was about Canada. He was the scapegoat. I think it's more about evaluating these next 7 games for KP. Mm-hmm. Execution was and still could be the problem, and it starts at quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, part of the scapegoat conversation, that is accurate, but at the same time, when we look at full body of work, it is also warranted in terms of unemployment, right? From an NFL standpoint. If we're just simply talking about the nut and bolts of what is varsity for a coordinator, what is varsity for a quarterback over the sample size, yeah, we can make a case that both coordinator and QB haven't been what we deem as varsity or NFL caliber, right? But as we said, order of operations, you're not getting rid of first-round quarterback in his second year before you get rid of young coordinator, before you get rid of, that type of conversation. So, like I said, this was a part of it. We can deem it as a scapegoat, but at the same time, I do feel like it was still partly warranted as well. And, yeah, I just think you're taking away a different variable. Prior to, him being fired, it was still a lot of other variables that when we critique Kenny, their rebuttal is always Canada. Throw across the middle of the field. Hey, his route's open right here. Canada. Hey, man, make this play right here. Yo, it's right here. Canada. And we'd be like, all right, it really doesn't always match or, hold true. Now you're just removing that out of the equation and really putting more focus on this player for the evaluation.
Quan 77, Moats, I know you're going to give your honest opinion, but if Kenny was on any other team, how would y'all view him? Dude finds ways to win. Gritty QB.
What'd you say about Kirk Cousins?
He doesn't find ways to win.
How would you define Ryan Tannehill?
No, not that way.
No, I'm saying, like, what would you say? That's what I'm asking you, like, specifically, what would you, if I said define Kirk Cousins, what would you say?
Disappointment. Average. Gonna let you down in big moments, though. And then Tannehill. Same in a way. Limiting an offense. Don't want him.
There you have it, man. Until proven otherwise, I would probably say that if he was on another team,
man. Let's see. We got Fish Momentum. In life, sometimes things happen for a reason and are out of our control. Change is good, and yeah, it's not easy. Hashtag Buy Canada Dry. Hashtag KP8. Hashtag Mr. Jack Myers.
All right.
We also got Jaron, Pittsburgh Steelers for life. Thank you, Moats Deke, TG in the chat. Thankful for this podcast and community that you guys have created. Just super thankful to everyone. Keep up the great work. Much love to all.
Nah, man, major love to you, Jaron, Pittsburgh Steelers for life, and official Momentum. And all the community as well, man. Y'all do be rocking with us heavy too, man. Even when y'all be in here super duper early before the show even start, it do be kind of cool, man, to pull up in there in the early room. Shout out to the early gang.
Matthew Brockman has joined the upper room.
Shout out to Matthew Brockman and welcome to the upper room. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
828 Style says there's only been one player making plays all season, and that's 30. He had the same OC and poor execution, but he made plays.
Touche. GP to an extent too. Because I was going to say with Moof, he been hurt. DJ's been hurt.
Yeah, I think 30's been for sure the biggest bright side of this offense. I think GP's had a lapse or two, but he'd probably be second. Yeah. I think he'd probably be second.
Yeah. It feels almost like we're more frustrated with the lack of usage for 14, but we also understand that he has multiple variables, whether it was coordinator or quarterback. Whereas I think with Jalen, it doesn't have to be dependent on quarterback or coordinator, as we saw with the toss play, right? Nothing crazy, but him making a couple guys miss and outrunning everybody, we like, wow. So, yeah, I'm with it, bro.
Q says, Moats, do you think it would be beneficial to run a 2 running back set?
We do some of that. We don't do a lot of it, but if it's utilized the right way, I think it could work. Like I said, it's just one of them things that as a defender, when we talk about predictability, I know y'all throw it out there a good amount of times because y'all hear people say it. I don't think it's as simplified as y'all make it seem at times, but when you put 2 running backs out there, to me, that does give you a little bit more indicator of 30 ain't about to be lead blocker for 22, right? So my mindset is already starting to think one way if I'm getting run play. I already talked about 22 in the pass game versus 30 in the pass game. You can run the exact same routes. It doesn't matter. An out route by 22 versus out route by 30 look drastically different as a defender. So even with the 2 back sets, just to me, that's just the thought process, right? You're just still going to be telling me I'm playing them different ways. But at the same time, if you execute it, does it matter? And that's my other part. I think back to the Bengals-Ravens game, watching that and stuff like that when we was breaking down some of the tape. And one of the things that they did in the second half that I thought, or actually was doing in the first half, but obviously Joe Burrow got hurt and they kind of slowed it down. They were isolating Joe Mixon on Patrick Queen. And it was the simplest. I'm just going to release you out the backfield. I'm dumping it to you. Kenda's got to tackle you. I'm going to release you out the backfield. You're running an in route. Kenda's got to tackle you. I'm going to release you out the backfield. You're going to run an out route. Kenda's got to tackle you. And he was killing him for a while. And then obviously Joe got, went down and the whole offense kind of spiraled out after that. But I think of those type of situations and I'm just like, man, if you got a dude that can cook like that, man, it don't matter. And when I look at 30, I'm like, that's a dude that can cook like that. I would love for us to be able to isolate on linebackers the way that I'm watching Joe Mixon do in certain cases on a Patrick Queen, who we know is super athletic, man. So could we do 2-back sets? Sure. But I don't think it's needed per se. I think you lean when it's 22, man, 22 got a certain package, right? Can you stop it is the question. When 30 out there, he got a certain package. Can you stop it? That's my whole energy with it, man.
Baltimore Steeler says, Moats, you said this wouldn't happen.
You said Baltimore Steeler? Shout out to Baltimore Steeler.
He said, Moats, you said this wouldn't happen. Whole new offense.
So not whole new offense. What we were talking about is since 1941, when have we ever seen a coach get fired in Pittsburgh? So that's what we're referring to when we say it wouldn't happen. Now, at the same time, anything is possible to happen in life, as we've all been seeing, baby. So that's that with that, man. But in terms of a whole new offense, it's not going to be a whole new offense. If you think Eddie Faulkner and Mike Sullivan have a fresh 60 plays that they have already drawn up, have their own verbiage, and can teach it to the whole team and the other coaches
or this whole time.
Well, baby, that could be the reason why the offense has been struggling there. Because we, half and half, man. So either way, that's all I'm saying.
For this day.
That is it.
They knew it was coming.
Well, then they've been sabotaging Canada if that's the case then.
No, they just been looking out for themselves behind the scenes.
So you sabotage it. If we a team, if it's a team,
they just knew Canada wasn't it. And
so if it's a team and you not 100% bought in, you sabotaging the team. That's all that is.
No, they were bought in. It's just Canada didn't have much to offer, so they had some free time.
Deke, it can't be both, bro.
11 p.m. midnight. Let me dial some stuff up if I were running things.
All I'm saying is, Deke, it can't be both, bro. You either locked in, we all in this together, or you shopping. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Yeah.
Well, obviously, I'm joking. But.
I'm with you.
Saphir Burchette, thank you. I think we got to realize you can't keep getting outplayed in general. Like, think about how bad he has been that we are asking for Mason.
Is he talking Kenny or Canada?
They're definitely talking about Kenny. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I don't think we're asking Kenny to do too much right now. I don't think he was set up for the greatest of success in the Browns game. Not saying he had an amazing game. Not saying he's had an amazing season, but I don't think Mason is doing anything better than Kenny. I don't think he's getting any of these fourth quarter drives. Haven't seen that from Mason ever.
That's true.
I'm being serious.
I'm with you.
I'm being serious. Like,
I'm with you. We talk specifically that we have not seen that specifically.
All the negatives about Kenny. Why aren't we talking about the positives? Like him having one of the best QB ratings in the fourth quarter in the league this season counts for something.
Yeah,
counts for something. Let's go UW. I would like to see Kenny use his legs more, both running and extending plays.
Kind of what TG was talking about too. Utilizing it, man. I know as a defender is an added element, man.
We saw a couple last week.
No.
And that's been an outlier this year. We haven't seen much of it.
Outside of like a QB
run
sneak.
For like 200-300 yards last year? And it was very helpful in moving the chains.
That was his thing. Like, you could run it. Yeah.
He hasn't done much of that. Mike Schrader, Kenny, prove it time. It's time to show that this is his team.
No, facts, man. Facts.
We also got Steven 29. I can't help but feel heartbroken for 7. I want that 2021 season back, but with Matt finally gone, I want to see Kenny sling it, vertical offense.
We're going to find out.
I would like to witness that, baby. Too. 2021 season without Matt Canada and Kendrick Green, too. If there was a multiverse, if we had a time machine, that's probably what I would do. Actually, yeah. If I die and go to heaven, that's what I'm going to be asking for from God. Like, hey, can we see the 2021 Steelers season without Matt Canada coordinator? And we draft Creed Humphrey instead of Najee. and we draft a running back in the 3rd. Can I just see how that plays out? That's what I would ask God. And then also, Big Ben back for 2022. Okay. Because remember, I'm up in the stands last year. This is after we lost to Baltimore and missed through all those picks. I think I said we would have been like 9-3 or 10-3 at that time if we had 7. Yeah, I think honestly, who won the division last year?
Is that Cincy?
It was either Cincy or Baltimore. They didn't have amazing records. Were they like 10-7? Yeah, we won the division with 7 last year. Chase Grieve, and then maybe he's back for this year too. See that? 2023 Steelers with 7 and Pickens. Yeah. Chase Grieve. I believe that Kenny will be better. You can't get into a rhythm the way Canada was calling an offense, and reports came out he had communication problems.
I don't know.
Chris G. How do Sully and Falk work together on game day?
Yeah, in terms of on the game day part, Sully, like I said, from my understanding, he will be making the calls, right? In terms of, I want to call this play, and this is what I'm calling. I don't know how much input on game day Faulkner will have in terms of, saying I want you to run this or not, just because of how they separated the two. Because now it would appear that Faulkner is stepping on Sully's toes if he is trying to call plays on game day, no different than if Sully is trying to game plan first 15 plays or game plan what he wants called, then you kind of take away from the OC. So I think it's going to be pretty much like what we talked about throughout the week. You're going to get Faulkner heavy in terms of what he thinks works, what he thinks he wants run. And then on game day, Sully's going to be the guy with the call sheet, calling down the calls, man. Yeah.
Gandhi Son 07. Moats, I appreciate your even-handed approach to the whole Canada versus Pickett debate. #sabotage55. You can be a true fan and hope for Kenny's success, but also realize he's not playing like a top 10 QB so far this season.
Yeah, but we got to be careful when we talk like that because, we get shot up, man. It sounds like you done got hit too before. Shout out to us, man.
No, I actually think you're in the majority right now.
No. You said right now. You see, we said right now. But anybody that's talked about this beforehand is like, nah, yo, you still get shot at, bro. So, yeah, it just be like that.
Hectic. Cam Hayward said, start the fire Cam chance.
I don't think he did that. Because I know Cam was the big one, social media today, actually getting on people celebrating the fact that Matt Canada is fired because he was talking about just from a human standpoint, right? The fact that, it's the holidays, dude has a family, all that type of stuff, which definitely is understandable. Due to my recent losses over the past 2 weeks, I've learned to not care about feelings or how people might feel because everybody's going to react how they react, even if it doesn't make a lot of sense or if it's even not appropriate timing. So people go be how people go be. It is what it is, man. But yeah, I don't think Cam was on that though. Like I said, just from listening to his comments. But yeah, it is what it is, man.
King Whooper. Moats, you first, then this is for TG. Have you ever seen one of your teammates cheating on their significant other?
No comment. Like, bro, what?
We'll ask TG next time he's on.
Bro, what?
Martian, just
you know what TG gonna say? This ain't a go thing, bro. What? No comment, bro. What type of question?
That's how you gotta respond.
Deke, have you seen any of your friends cheating on their significant other? Like, bro, what? Who asked that question, bro?
Yeah, the first place I would say anything is YouTube, huh?
Like, what?
No. Sean McCartney, KP8 might have to take a page from Mitch's book. I don't know what that is.
Which, let's see, what page we talking about, man?
I'm not sure.
Why we both? Yo.
Sean McCartney's still got to be here, so he'll probably clarify.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, which, what are we talking about, bro? Hold on. I think we did have 2 supers that kind of got mixed in here. Q, shout out to Q. He says, since OC is going to be a need this offseason, I would recommend Pep Hamilton, Clint Kubiak, 49ers passing game coordinator.
Yeah.
And Gerard Johnson, the Texans QB coach, as potential hires.
Sure.
All right.
Any 49ers or McDaniel ties, yeah.
Okay.
Sean McVay ties, something like that.
All right. Now, I like them names, man. Pep Hamilton's obviously a dude that's had his name brought up numerous times throughout the most recent hires and stuff like that. So, no, man, I definitely like those options. And that's the other beauty about this move right here, Deke. This is beautiful for us, man. We get to enjoy, take their time with the hire, take their time with this whole process. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think they should do anything like that mid-season. I think you roll with what you got.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Take your time, man.
Like people are trying to bring up Leftwich. I'm like, I mean,
it's in season, man.
Yeah, I think you do the upgrade in-house. Bills did that, calling up Joe Brady. Isn't that what the Ravens did? Remember someone brought up that example from like 2011 or 2012? Yeah. They just called up their QB coach. I think that's what you do.
Man. So, yeah, take their time with that thing, man. But we can speculate all we want, though, all right? We can speculate on all these coordinators.
Unless you did it at the bye. I think the bye would have made a little bit more sense, potentially, to do the whole bring in a whole new coordinator.
Gotcha.
Homie Kel says, GP called DJ like, we did it, Joe. Oh, wait, I skipped one of yours, huh?
Yeah.
You had an extra one. My bad.
I hate Kenny. He says, shout out. Jeez, that name is crazy.
I think that's Big Noriega.
It's got to be, bro. That's a heck of a name. And he literally has Kenny pick it up there with the jersey. So I'm like, yo, it's out of pocket. But he says, trade Najee for Justin Fields with the shrugs. Low-key, I think the Bears might take that, though. Probably got to throw a fourth in there.
Well, you know I'm not on that energy.
I know.
I'm good, but
it's a backup, higher end backup. You know.
No, I get it. If we've been talking. If Kenny doesn't step up, the next 7 games, it does leave some things open in terms of bringing in competition or a backup. Well, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But no, I'm not even thinking about that now. No, hell no. Now me.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep.
Martian. Where does KP rank among QBs the past 20 years? I'm new. Steeler QB? I mean, come on. He's talking about Steeler quarterbacks? NFL quarterback. This is going to take forever.
I don't know. I'm going to sit here, bro. You're the QB guy, bro.
Every quarterback in the NFL over the last 20 years.
Well, you've had him at number 3 this year, and you said outside of Ben, who you said is the GOAT.
End of this year.
If Ben is the greatest quarterback of all time.
I think he sneaks in the top 3 end of this year. Right now, I'd have him, there's just guys I would take him over. In a game for my life tomorrow, I would.
Do you feel like Dak, these 7 games coming up,
so
that's
top
enough?
10 right now.
So them 7 games is enough time for him to definitively be a top 3 quarterback this year?
Let's see how it plays out. That's all I'm saying. I'm not backing down from my take. I think KP can be an elite quarterback for us. That's my big spiel.
Those are 2 different ways of saying that though. Top 3 quarterback and elite for us. Those are different.
Well, Burrow's hurt. Rodgers is hurt. Quarterback play hasn't been anything crazy this year, as a whole. So
and that's including Kenny.
I'm saying that the window's open, the door's open. So if he could ball out these last 7 games, we get our wins. Get the division. I know the fourth quarter stuff's there. Let's get it all together.
Yo, why they funny? They say your Deke gonna die. What's up thinking for my life? It's man, it's over for Deke. Yeah, I gotta chill, man. Y'all gotta chill, man. I like it though, bro. I like it, man.
Martian, where does? Oh yeah, is he talking about Steelers? If he's talking about Steelers, it's like you got Ben, Batch, Duck, Mason.
Was Cordell in the last 20 years? Yeah.
No. No.
Because like 20 years,
No.
That's a long time.
No,
I think Cordell it might just be Ben, Duck, Mason, Landry, Mitch,
Batch,
Vic.
Dennis Dixon, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll put him at 2. You got a ranking?
You know what? Out of respect for McKinney, man, I'm going to just wait on that. I'm going to let him get a full evaluation, man.
We also got, let's go UW. Moats, some predictions have JMU playing Wyoming in a bowl game.
I did see that, man. Like I said, I don't want to be too optimistic because we kind of are waiting on to see if 2 other teams can get 6 games. I don't feel like 6 games should be hard to get, but I don't know. But if we do, you know me, you know, we here. You feel me? I would love it. But I don't know. So I don't want to be too excited about it just yet. I can't deal with a lot of heartbreak right now. I done had my heart broke too many times in too short of a period, okay? Yeah. So just, roll with me, man.
Propa. Glad you are past Canada. Also, rest in peace, JFK. It's 60 years today.
R.I.P. JFK, man.
Yeah. Zay Breezy, offense going to pick it up now. Time to get JJ and Shaq. He was on the Pat McAfee show and is thinking about coming back to the Texans or coming to join Pittsburgh. I need to see the way he said it. He needs to stop doing media too. I'm getting sick of him.
Oh no,
I'm getting sick of him.
He's got the Aaron Rodgers deal. He's on McAfee every. I think he's every week, not every day.
Yeah, I'm getting sick of that. The CBS Sports stuff, fine, but the McAfee stuff and teasing about coming back to Pittsburgh. Dude, you had your chance 2 years ago.
I thought people like this though. They want that access. They want to hear their player in the season talking like that, man.
No, he needs to stop.
Travis Kelce and Aaron Rodgers, they doing their little media thing back and forth. I was like, all right, okay, all right.
I hate Kenny. Says, Deke, you wouldn't be on the Kenny bandwagon if you didn't go to Pitt. I can guarantee on my mama's mama, you would be ready to get rid of him.
Yo.
What's the Kanye West line? Well, I guess we'll never know. And I also can say about myself, I do appreciate stepping up late in games, and that is something that Kenny does do at the NFL level.
There it is. There it is.
What else we got here? Hold on. I think I'm. Hold on. No, I'm good.
It should be McCartney, right?
Yep. We got a few more. Sean McCartney. Sorry, I meant Mitch's F it, throw it out there book. Not all the way.
Yeah, we don't want that all the way. Not all the way. Yeah.
Even with Kenny being conservative here, we're winning games, and we could have easily won last week's game with the offense being a disaster.
Yes. Don't go all the way there yet. That we know does not work. That's not sustainable. We don't want that yet.
Tyler from the 334. Slightly feel like Canada ruined Kenny's confidence. He played better last year off the cuff, spontaneously. He clearly plays hesitant now, afraid to push the ball.
I mean, if you think about it, that's your personal perspective on it, right? No different than I could have the rebuttal of, I think it's a second-year player, and defenses have actually adjusted to him now. And when that happens and you're not, relying on some of those off-schedule plays, which we said Kenny is not at this level. He hasn't shown a high probability of off-schedule plays. He's typically on schedule with his read, and then if that's not what he likes, then we've seen him use his legs in that sense.
He did all right with that, though, last year. That's the crazy thing.
But we're not
seeing it a lot this year.
But what we're saying is that is different than off-schedule like Lamar, like Allen, like Herbert and company. You know what I mean? So with that, that's what I mean. It's like, if I'm a defender and I've seen how he's been able to use his legs, how he's been able to do certain things to hurt us, well, I just think defenses have reacted a little bit more to that, but that's a part of the league. The longer you play, the more tape gets out there, and it's predictable. So if I know your strengths and your weaknesses, you at the end of the day have to be a better version than what you've been showing. And that's the part for Kenny in year 2 that he's been kind of struggling with. Still the same talent. He hasn't forgotten how to run. He hasn't forgotten how to throw. But at the same time, I do feel like at times he does overthink it. I don't think that that's something that is uncharacteristic either. When you deal with being the guy, the pressure of being the quarterback, the starting quarterback, the expectations, not just for yourself this season, but also who you're replacing. There's a lot that goes into that. You're told, hey, we're winning. As long as you don't turn the ball over, we can keep winning like that. We've also seen when you have turned the ball over a lot and people brought up your touchdown to interception ratio. So it's like, yeah, he thinks about all of that. And he's already said he's perfectionist, right? Well, what do you think you want to try to do? Maximize good throws, minimize the negative throws. So I don't think that's a Canada thing. I think that's just a player understanding at this level, you can't keep making the same mistakes and you can't turn the ball over at quarterback if you want to still be in this level, unless you're, doing the Josh Allen, right? Most touchdowns and most picks. It's like, lead the league in both then. If you're going to do it, do it. He hasn't shown that he could do the other side just yet. He's been doing this side, not that side. So that's the part where, to me, I think he's more so, when you hear me say like in his own head at times, I think it's some of that more than anything, man.
R. Barley 18, let's be real. What OC wants to hitch his future career to Kenny Pickett? That's a gamble.
That goes back to the even Matt Canada then, in terms of when he came here with Benden last year. But I'm sure it's going to be a coordinator out there that will take a chance on this situation. Now, the quality of them, that's TBD, but
I think it's a great opportunity for. I think both scenarios were good opportunities for coordinators.
What made it so good from your perspective?
I mean, you got a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Was he playing? But in terms of that season, but in terms of that particular season, what were the context surrounding said Hall of Fame quarterback?
What about it?
When we made the switch, was he playing just perfectly Hall of Fame the whole time? He was 100% healthy and everything was good. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I mean, he's coming off a season, threw for 33 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm. You ain't give me the rest of it?
10 picks. What else?
All right.
We won the division.
Across the board, Ben was not viewed as a Hall of Fame playing quarterback. He said Hall of Fame because of his career, which nobody is refuting. But that last time, that was not the case. When we were making the switch, that was not necessarily the case. So part of what he's referred to is when you're coming into these situations, and as you've seen, right, with Matt Canada, he didn't walk into a Justin Herbert. He didn't walk into any of these other dudes, and yet he got for what we saw on the field. Even you said it yourself to an extent. It hasn't all been on him. But yet you are the scapegoat when you're the coach because they're not firing QB before they fire coach. So what he's talking about specifically is, when you walk into that scenario, do you really want to hitch it to that? Because for Matt Canada right now, what's going to be his knock or what's the stigma around him going forward from here on out? You're a terrible OC. It don't matter what the context was about the court.
Right. As a NFL coordinator, though.
Right.
You got to take what you can get.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're one of these bigger name dudes, you don't have to settle for this in the situation. But the flip side is, we got to understand that we might not get a top dude. We might have to take a chance on something different.
I mean, you do get dudes that go to Eric Bieniemy going to Washington.
Absolutely, man.
Sam Howell.
Absolutely.
Almost just saying, like, I'm going to put my stamp on this.
Yeah.
Mike McDaniel's going to Dolphins. I know he upgraded
he got
to
the head
head
job.
coach.
Because with Bieniemy,
he stuck with two and saying, I can make this work. I think that, honestly, I feel like an offensive coordinator or play caller should have that type of confidence in themselves to be like, I'm going to make this the best for what I have, with what I have.
For sure.
No matter who it is.
For sure.
But, yeah, I mean, we could talk about Ben's last year. I don't think Canada did that at all. I don't think he really adjusted his ways to Ben. And
hey, bro, yeah.
There's a lot we could talk about. And I don't know if he's done that completely from, a full body of work standpoint either these last 2.5 years.
Yeah, I just think it's like you said, when you're the coach, your life is hooked to the player. So you really just got to believe that that player can get it done, right? Because you don't get to go out there and play. You just literally give him every tool to be good. Every tool. But you literally have to believe that he is actually good enough to do it. Yeah.
Tomlin believes, at least. I mean,
he does.
There's that. So
yeah.
Let's go UW. Kirby Moore would be a name to watch for Mizzou's offensive coordinator.
Ooh, okay.
I do trust. Let's go UW's
college
assessment.
Seriously, man. He done got some dudes over here, man.
Javon Kinley. Deke, how much is Kenny paying you to do PR? None. I just know ball.
They said I'm on the payroll, man. Stop.
828 style. They say that KP8 is the worst QB in history when it comes to TD passing ratio. I'm not judging him anymore until the season's over since the OC's gone.
Okay. All right.
Bennett.
So wait, hold on. I was trying to go back to because I'm not judging him anymore until the season is over. So as in next season is when he'll judge him again.
No, I think he's just saying let's see how this plays out without Matt Canada. We'll wait till the offseason.
For sure.
Bennett. Perrick. I agree with Moats. Enough talking. Let's just see how KP8 does these last 7 games. I think he will find his rhythm, a.k.a. last season. Hashtag here we go.
All right, let's get it then, man. Let's get it. Like I said, man, we all need him to find his rhythm, man. Period. We need that. All righty. Shoot, I think we down to the last little bit then, right? Yeah. Yes, we are. All right. Since this will be the final show of the week because we got this holiday weekend, all right? Thanksgiving tomorrow, Black Friday, make sure we respect for everybody celebrating holidays and stuff like that, man. But did want to talk a little about this Steelers-Bengals matchup, man. So we'll do like a little hybrid situation, do strengths and weaknesses real quick, and then from there we'll progress to the preview section of this thing, man. So y'all hit that like button one time if y'all rocking with it. Don't forget to subscribe either. So for me, man, when I think of strengths real quick with this Bengals team, Joe Mixon, he said, man, he's still very, 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 very good, man. Running game, catch out the backfield. He said, even though you know he's going to get the ball right now, especially due to the quarterback situation, he's still very explosive, still very dynamic, and just a guy that, like you said, you got to be buttoned up for 4 quarters when dealing with him, man. But like I said, definitely feel like he's the big thing right now due to the quarterback situation. How you want to do it? You want to go back and forth, or me run real quick and then you run?
You could just do all yours.
All right. So like I said, Joe Mixon, the first thing. Obviously after that, man, crazy wide receiver group, elite talent. No question about that, but quarterback situation is making it a little weird with them. The pass rush, more importantly, man, the DNs, man, Hendrickson and Sam Hubbard. Big body dudes that kick a lot of butt, man. They complement each other really well. Not on the level of Myles Garrett, Zadarius Smith, not on that level. They're not TJ and Highsmith, but they are really good. Probably third group in the division. We'll put them at 3. And then last thing for me, man, almost like was that last week? No, almost like Green Bay week. They got a little return cat, man. Charlie Jones. You remember we talked about him, man, out of Purdue, a little receiver, man. But he obviously housed something, man, in terms of a punt return to the crib.
I do remember.
Yeah. So he's one of them dudes, man. It's like if you're facing a team that is wounded, right? A team that is on the ropes, a team that you're going to be looking to figure out how are they going to create splash on offense. Punt return, stuff like that, defense all becomes more prevalent, man. So he's got to be buttoned up when we putting that punt in the air to a dude like Charlie Jones because he has scored already in the return game. I think it was like an 81-yarder he took to the crib, man. So like I said, those are the things that when we watch him on tape kind of jump off to me from a strength standpoint.
So obviously with the Bengals, they got good offensive weapons. You hinted at that. I mean, you got Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, Joe Mixon. That's the one thing that they still have. Mm-hmm. You don't have Joe Burrow, but if Browning can get these dudes the ball somehow, some way, to make plays.
He said find a way.
Yeah, if he can. No, that's the question. I don't know if he can, to be honest with you. Which is good for us. That's why I'm going to include the quarterback and the injury situation in my negatives.
Yes.
But yeah, that's still a strength for the Bengals. They still have literally, top 3 receiver in the league in Jamar Chase. Yeah. You have T. Higgins, who's a top 20, 25 guy. Yeah. Great, wide receiver 1, number 2, however you want to describe him. And Tyler Boyd, nice slot guy, nice wide receiver 3, wide receiver 2. They have a really nice receiving core. Yeah. And then obviously Joe Mixon, he's perennially a top 10 guy for the most part. Top 10, 11, 12, however you want to rank him. But on defense, I guess what you got to give them props for is their turnovers. They're one of the top teams in turning the ball over.
Yeah.
They give up a bunch of yards on the ground, particularly in the run game. But they are 5th in taking the ball away, 18 for the season. So what we do pretty well as an offense, to our detriment at times, potentially, is the ability to control the ball and not turn it over. So that could be a little chess match there. And obviously the Bengals, they're probably going to be super aggressive on defense, knowing that they have Browning at quarterback instead of Joe Burrow. They're going to want to be playing spoiler, going to want to be making life hell for us on offense. But with that, they might take too many chances, and we could take advantage of it. And then the other strength I have for them, I'm with you on the pass rush. Hubbard and Hendrickson. Hendrickson's having a really good year.
Yeah.
9.5 sacks. Hubbard has given us problems, too, in the past. So Dan Moore, come on, bro. Come on, bro. I got faith in Broderick. Broderick let a few slip last week, too.
Say, Dan Moore, come on, bro.
Come on, bro. It's not Myles Garrett anymore. The whole your Myles Garrett's kryptonite joke is over.
It's definitely over.
We're done with that. But let's just get back to playing some solid ball here.
Nah, this could be a good test for Broderick, though, man. Trey Hendrickson, I want to see how he handles him for 4 quarters, man.
Those are my 3 strengths.
Respect. Shout out to my dog.
You know what? I think their corners are pretty decent, too. I've talked about them before. Yeah. Like a Woozy, they got Mike Hilton as well.
Shout out to Money Mike, man. Let's go.
But, yeah, those are my 3 strengths for the Bengals.
I like it, baby. I like it, man. All right. Now talk a little bit of these weaknesses for these Bengals, man. The pass protection. Yeah, buddy. It's still same old. QB get hit a lot. Even before Joe went out in the game, he was already sacked multiple times, hit multiple times, under pressure. That has not changed. Jake Browning came in there, same concept. Thought he was actually a little bit more athletic, though, in terms of, like, being able to run away from some of it, but still, it's a problem, man. Pass pro is the first weakness. Second thing, talked about it just briefly, but the quarterback. No Joe Burrow. Jake Browning, I think he throws a nice ball. I think he's athletic. Gives me some Brock Purdy vibes to an extent, just not as buttoned up or as consistent. But at the same time, I thought that he did put together a nice drive through a nice touchdown pass to Jamar Chase. Granted, it was late in the game, but still a beautiful execution on that drive. So we can't sleep on him. But at the same time, I'm not about to lose my mind over him either. And then I have their DBs up here as a weakness, but not in the traditional sense of I think they suck. I just think that when I'm looking at their defense, I think their pass rush is the best part of their defense. I think their inside linebackers are the second best part of their defense. Then from there, it's the secondary, and I think they're better at their corner position than the safety position. So that's why I put, the DBs as a little bit of a weakness because, offensively, they got the skill position players there. The big weaknesses on this team is quarterback, O-line right now, man. But, it's kind of how I felt about it, man. How you feel about it, though, man?
With you on quarterback, obviously. Yeah. No more Joe Burrow. You have Jake Browning in there. Big-time weakness for you. And then, you're right, the O-line, the pressure continues to pile on every time that, they drop back to pass, whether it is Joe Burrow or Browning. Mm-hmm. So, 100% agree with you. I will say this, though. For the defense as a whole, they give up a lot of yards on the ground. And I kind of hinted at that whenever I was talking about strengths. Like, this could be a good game to run the ball. I mean, you look at these last like 7-8 games. 157 they led up to the Ravens, 188 to the Texans, only 68 to the Bills. Did the Bills not run the ball much?
They was getting banged up. Everybody was hurt that game. So it's time to come back.
I guess they did a decent job against the Bills, stopping the run. But other than that, 113 Niners, 87 Seahawks, 142 to the Cardinals,
that's crazy.
173 to the Titans. First 2 weeks, they gave up 206 to the Browns. I mean, that is the Browns with Nick Chubb, though. Yeah. Also, Ravens, 178. So some of those teams are unique in how they do the whole running stuff. But, man, it's just time to get Jalen Warren the ball more. Simple as that. I mean, all the metrics out there about how he's only touched it like 100 times, but has this crazy yards per carry or the amount of total yards that he has. Let's just get him the ball more and see what it does against this Bengals defense, because it's not as good as the Browns defense as a whole, and in particular stopping the run. So we should do fine in that. Have a nice balance. I do want Kenny to sling it, but I think we'd also be stupid not to try to take advantage of the Bengals run defense.
Yeah.
Especially with Jalen Warren cooking the way he has.
And also, to piggyback on that, we know that their best chance of, I think, getting after us is with their edge rushers versus Dan Moore and Broderick Jones. I think that gives them the best chance. You create a short field off of a strip sack or something like that. That's also something that, we obviously have to be just aware of. I don't think we have to fear it, but just be cognizant of it,
They're going to be hunting the ball.
Yeah. Because that's the other part that I want to see with Eddie Faulkner and Mike Sullivan in terms of some game day stuff. How are you protecting your tackles? Week to week is different matchups. That Browns team was a different matchup than that Packers team just because of the pass rush that we're dealing with. This Bengals team, the pass rush we're dealing with, do you want to have a ton of both of them dudes being ISO'd, or are you having backs chip? Are you having tight ends chip? Are you having guys aligned in that C-gap area? Like how we kind of talked about at times with Matt Canada. So that's the other thing, man, that, like I said, we'll see how we respond with that from a schematic standpoint as well, man. But yeah, it's going to be a good one, man. It definitely be a good one. Do you have any other weaknesses?
That's all I got. I mean, the quarterback's a big weakness for him.
I think so as well.
Big weakness.
He's athletic, though, man. He's definitely athletic, and he can throw a good pass. I will say that, but at the same time, yeah, he going to have to show me, man. I ain't about to go crazy. He going to have to show me. All righty. So, strengths and weaknesses, lock them in. I'm going to drop some key matchups real quick, and then after that, man, we drop these predictions on these folk, man. See, I'll start dropping the predictions in the comment section as well. But some key matchups to watch out for, man. You heard me talking about Joe Mixon because what he was doing versus Baltimore and how they featured him. I do anticipate them playing through him again this week because I think he gives them the best chance to win. When you got a quarterback that, you know, it's not Joe Burrow, right? You have a young quarterback that's trying to, I don't know if he's trying to figure it out or if he's trying to survive or if he's trying, because he's not trying to necessarily compete to be the guy because you already got the guy there. So he's in that weird situation. But either way, they're going to be leaning on Joe Mixon. I think he gives them their best chance in terms of the flow of offense for them. So for us, Landon Roberts, man, I think he has to match that energy. I thought he did an excellent job a week ago. Led the team in tackles. I think it was 15 tackles he ended with, was flying all over the place. Joe Mixon is a lot better in my eyes than Jerome Ford, though. So just with that, man, we're just going to have to continue and take that to the next level. But I do feel like E-Rob should be able to match that in the running game. Now, in the pass game, that is where it could be a little bit interesting. I'm watching how, like I said, Joe Mixon is routing up Patrick Queen. Patrick Queen versus Landon Roberts in terms of athletic ability. We obviously know Patrick Queen is the more athletic player. That doesn't mean that he's a better player in coverage, but in terms of being more athletic, you would assume that that should translate. So those are, just like I said, the little concern with it, but as a whole, E-Rob matched that physicality, man. We got to have that one because you can make this team one-dimensional this week. I think it's an absolute wrap. The next part, once we make it one-dimensional, Jamar Chase versus the young boy JPJ. If you get the matchups, man, put them hands on him. He is the dog. That's the big dog. That's the one that it don't matter if it's a screenplay, it doesn't matter if it's a deep throw. You have to tackle this, man. Treat him like Steve Smith. Steve Smith, historically, take a little pass. He gonna bully you down the yard. That's Jamar Chase, man. He bullying you when he got that ball in his hands. He plays receiver like a running back dang near. But at the same time, JPJ, you've been locking up and doing an excellent job versus everybody you've had. I thought that your next big test was this past game versus Amari Cooper. You held your own, man. We'll live with slants, man. We can live with that. Slant, tackle to catch, that's fine. Now, Jamar Chase, a little bit different when he catches that slant, so you really got to make sure we're tackling it. But that's the one right there that I really want to see, and I'm really excited about it. Then from there, now we get into our bread and butter. Jonah Williams and Orlando Brown versus good old TJ Watt and Alex Highsmith. This the one we got to bookmark. This the one we got to continue to have. It didn't matter a week ago when it was Baltimore out there. I'm seeing Jadeveon Clowney. I'm seeing Kyle Van Noy and company get after these dudes. And I'm like, yeah, them dudes ain't nothing. Ain't got nothing on TJ and Highsmith, man. We got to dominate that matchup right there. When we talk about those weapons that, you brought up in terms of skill position guys and stuff like that. That's cool. But the way that we make them not relevant is make sure Jake Browning does not have time. Make sure Jake Browning is under duress. Make sure Jake Browning is having to play faster than he would like to play. And I feel like this is definitely one of the matches where we should be able to do that. Then after that, man, take it to our side on the offense. Our tackles, Broderick and Dan Moore. You got to block up, hold your own against Trey Hendrickson and Sam Hubbard. Deke done brought up about Hendrickson with the 9+ sacks. They both daggone good players. Hendrickson is Batman, though. Hubbard is Robin. Good thing for us, Hendrickson gets to go against Broderick. Hopefully Broderick is our Batman. We're going to find out, though. We'll find out. And then in terms of last matchup, this is a simple one for me, man. We've had a lot of change, right? Coordinator been fired. We know Kenny is under, the spotlight right now. Faulkner, Sully, and all this other stuff. I got it literally Kenny versus himself, man. Mentally be locked in. Don't allow all of the noise, the stuff that we're doing, right? We're talking about it. Hey, evaluation, 7 games, coordinator gone. What's next? You drafting this dude, you bringing him in. As a player, bro, you cannot entertain any of that. As a player, you literally have to treat this as business as usual. No different if my coach got sick. It is what it is, bro. We know you the guy right now. All right, cool. We locked in. Let's make sure we do what we got to do. We not pointing fingers. We not seeking comfort. I'm not minimizing nothing. That's what that energy has to be this week. Go out there and play your game, man. Don't get in your own head, man. And after that, bro, let the chips fall where they may, man. Let the chips fall where they may.
All right. What do you want to do?
Man, it's time to drop them predictions, bro. If you ready.
I need to do a quick QB comparison.
Man, you better get it off your chest, man. What's up one time, Deke? What's up one time, Deke? What's up one time, Deke? I know you ain't gonna let them go crazy on you like that, Deke. I know they ain't gonna let Jake Browning come in and talk crazy about you like that. Come on, man. What's up, Deke?
Jake Browning, welcome to the NFL.
Okay.
Unfortunately for you, Joe Burrow didn't want any of this smoke for this game, so he decided to get injured last week because he'd be going up against KP8 without Matt Canada.
Pissed off, too.
Let me tell you about KP8 without Matt Canada.
Talk
the
deep.
OC that has been sabotaging Pittsburgh quarterbacks for the last 2.5 seasons.
Talk about it.
That KP8 is going to come out guns blazing this game.
Let's go.
3 touchdowns.
3-piece.
He's going to point out the biggest skeptics, point out the biggest haters, and start to turn them into believers. But trust me, not all of them will change. It'll just be a few.
You know some of the haters take a little time. It ain't a man.
They'll take a little bit of time, but then there will be a few more trying to jump on the bandwagon. But I'm here to tell them right now, the bandwagon actually is already closed. We're sorry.
We didn't put the chain on it.
It's already closed.
Throw away the key, man. Y'all know what time we on.
If you don't think Kenny's about to go on a run these last 7 games, I don't know what to tell you outside of that. You don't know ball. So, yes, in this quarterback matchup, Kenny Pickett is better than Jake Browning.
Talk.
Not even a question.
You heard the man. You heard what he said. Stop playing.
But my final score prediction, I do think the offense opens up. I do think Kenny has a good game. I do think we run the ball, but I think Kenny gets a few of those touchdowns. You know, we're down in the red zone.
Respect.
One might be a little dump off the Jaylen Warren. Muth, I think gets one too.
It'd be dope.
I think the offense is gonna look good.
Am I hearing a 30 burger?
No.
Dang, Deke.
27.
I was like 30, not too far off.
Damn, I can't say it again because I did it again.
You was about to say 27-13?
I did it again last week and we lost.
Yeah,
and I officially retired it. I tried to bring it back.
Don't do
you
that.
see it cursed.
Yeah.
So 27.
It double cursed. It got somebody fired, bro.
27-10.
All right, 27-10.
27-10. Pittsburgh Steelers over Cincinnati this week.
All right. I like it. All right. Well, y'all make sure y'all drop y'all score predictions in the comment section as well, man. Don't have us having all the fun over here. But to me, man, it's gonna go one of two ways, right? We either gonna fold or we gonna, rally around this adversity and stuff like that. But to me, I think it's a close game, man. I think that both defenses actually are tough, and both defenses do a great job of creating turnovers. So because of that, I do anticipate both offenses to an extent not trying to expose, their quarterbacks to a lot of that adversity because both of us are built similarly. We rush the passer extremely well. They rush the passer extremely well. They create the turnovers. We create the turnovers. So to me, man, I have it 16-10 Steelers. Feel like, like I said, we definitely get our touchdown when we need to, and we will move the ball because if you look at the Bengals on defense, they do allow a lot of yardage in between the 20s. They do that, but at the same time, they're opportunistic in certain scenarios. Now, part of that has been when you have the offense with Joe Burrow, it just feels different in terms of game flow, in terms of what you're willing to call and how aggressive you are or aren't when you're facing them. So that could be very different for us as well. But like I said, man, we definitely take care of business, man. I got it 16-10. I do think for us, our pass rush, the way we went up front, I think that's going to be the big difference. And the big thing, man, we can't give them nothing cheap, which I don't anticipate us doing.
Okay.
I like it. Let's see what the folks saying. What the folks saying?
Bank the Batuzzi got 24-19.
Who? Us?
He just says all I'll say. Leah Warren.
He gonna leave us hanging like
Steelers,
that?
and it won't be because of Kenny.
She said 13-10, and it won't be because of Kenny?
Yeah, it looks like she's off. She's off the bandwagon. I'm happy. 17-13 defense scores 2 touchdowns. That's tough. T. Morris, 17-4. Well, I'll take the one. 17-14. Steelers offense looks the same.
Why they playing with your man, yo? They playing with your man, yo.
Steven DeBacco has Steelers winning 1-0.
Bruh, why y'all playing like that, man?
Rod
Let's give us the
Dulles,
safety,
22-10, Steelers dub.
There we go. Thank you. Like I said,
David Dupree, 7-6 Steelers.
DD Sport, that's a stank score right there. Now we gonna rock with it. That'd be a stank
Gandhi
score.
Song has it 420-69 Steelers.
420, hello, and 6-9, what up? All right. We winning the both sides.
Vegas TJG has it in a shootout, 34-31 Boz with the game-winning field.
Shout out to the homie Boz. I'm glad y'all got Boz actually hitting it. Let's go. Salute my dog.
David Soto has got the other guys. Bengals 13, Steelers 20.
I can understand it.
Knight Rider 16, 17-13 Bengals.
Okay. Oh, he said Bengals? No, okay.
Kenneth Moses 24-3 Good Guys.
There we go. Shout out Kenneth one time.
And last one, Devin Herbert, 24-17 Steelers win. TJ has 3 sacks.
All right. I like it then, man. I like it.
You want me to hit these? I think there's like 3 or 4 supers.
Yeah. Let's run through those real quick, man. Because I actually do got to cook dinner tonight too, man.
Cool.
I'm on dinner duty. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting back into. I'm trying to get back into. I don't call it normal because I don't think I'll ever have normal again, Deke. But I'm trying to get back into doing certain things that make me happy, man.
I'm sure.
So I'm trying to cook a little bit.
DJ Camalesia, will Canada work in the NFL again? Peace and prayers.
Yeah, I think he will. I mean, we've seen a lot of guys get second, sometimes third chances. It might not be as a coordinator, but don't be surprised he pop up on somebody's QB coach, some type of something. Like, it's the league, man. It's about who you know sometimes. And as long as you got them relationships, man, yeah. And I don't think he burnt any bridges that I know of. Yeah, them dudes usually find another job, man.
Ryan McPherson, Deacon Moats, thankful for y'all. The chat is saying Ben prevented Jalen Hurts from being drafted. Sabotage 1. I could care less, and I'm fine with KP, though.
Yeah, what people are basically referring to is, while 7 was here, the notion was that he wouldn't have been happy with the Steelers drafting a quarterback early, first round, stuff like that. And then they bring up the whole how he reacted to Mason Rudolph being here as a third rounder and stuff like that. But at the same time, man, I don't fault 7 for that because at the time 7 was 7. When you have a future first round or future first ballot Hall of Famer, when you have a guy that has won multiple Super Bowls, a guy that has clearly defined himself as an elite over the course of as long as he has, you do make exceptions to those type of dudes. You do, care about their feelings and how they want to show up to work a little bit more than, a guy that isn't as established or doesn't have the same level of success. So, yeah, right now we could sit here and be like, oh, we could have had Jalen Hurts. Sure. But at the same time, it's like, man, to act as if what Ben had done throughout this time to not deserve that on the back end is kind of crazy. So that's the part where it's like, all right, part of that was them showing him love. The other part was, at the end when it is what it is with the whole Matt Canada situation and all that. So it kind of goes hand in hand. I think as a whole, everything was fair enough.
Yeah, get the man some help. Don't draft the quarterback. You got Ben here. Draft. What draft was that? Was that Najee draft?
I think
maybe we should have drafted different players, but draft Creed Humphrey. Draft Keith Muth. I like that. TJ Hooper, I'm not ready to give up on Kenny yet. He definitely has the clutch gene, but honestly can't tell you what his strengths are at this moment. Not sure if that's a good thing or not. Your thoughts?
I mean, well, his first strength, like you talked about, is the clutch gene. I think that is what jumps off the screen first. Then from there, we talk about the back shoulder throw. I think he does a nice job with that. And then after that, when he does have a good feel for it, you have seen him make certain throws across the field. We have seen him use his legs. The consistency part is the big difference. So I get it when we start getting further in it. Yeah. Now we're just highlighting maybe 1 or 2 things that we might have seen, but to say it's actual strength, I think that's kind of what he's bumping his head on a little bit because the strength is like, yo, if I drop this out here 10 times, 7 to 8 times is guaranteed to happen.
Yeah, I would have absolutely told you accuracy is up there. The ability to make tight window throws. We haven't seen that enough this year for sure. But I mean, he was doing it all of last year after that bye. He was making some crazy throws. I mean, That's what I would say. Hopefully that guy comes back for these last 7 games where, I think the accuracy's there. Obviously, you talk about the fourth quarter stuff. He does have that mobility. And, toughness, leadership. I think he's got all that. Thomas Dowdy, what's good? Happy Thanksgiving. Let's get this dub. And I'm going 31-17, the Berg, and they're coming out.
Let's go.
Angry this week.
Let's go. Bro, we would need that. That would be fire. It worked in Buffalo. We'll
30
see.
points.
Yeah.
Yeah, throw in homage to Canada with that jet sweep early. I'm telling you. No, you can't do that. That'd be some bad energy.
But you think that's what y'all came in on, man? That was like your first day. Like, yo, man, run the jet sweep. Like, all right, playing with that, man,
I want
bro.
that. As a fan, me watching the TV, I would love that. But I think that's bad energy for the team. Don't
like,
do that.
y'all playing. All right.
Steelers touchdown under says 25-plus points on offense or 400-plus yards from the offense. I'll take the points. He means 25-plus points in a good way. I'll take the points.
Would you rather have 25-plus points or rather have 400 yards of total offense?
That's a direct correlation to helping your team win. 400 yards, you could have 400 yards and 10 points.
Yeah. Well, you got 25 points that was all set up on short fields too, though. And your offense can't move the ball.
As long as we win.
That's my thing. As long as we win, do it matter? Heck yeah, man.
25 points helps us win better than 400 yards. At least that's a guarantee. You at least have 25 points. You mean to tell me I'm guaranteed 25 points coming into this game? I'll take it all day. Now, if you told me we have 400 yards, I would assume we're putting up good points with it. But that's not a guarantee. That's not a guarantee. You're at least guaranteed 25 points. So we could have turnovers in the red zone or something, right? Yeah. D. Jacob Malesio says, shout out to Warren for winning angry runs. RB1. And then he also says, Kenny sucks.
Bro. Shout out. I didn't know you want angry runs. Shout out, man. Shout out. That's the Kyle Brandt thing, right? Yeah.
That's how he always runs.
Yeah,
James Bradshaw just giving us some support.
Salute you, James. One time for the coaching, man. We definitely appreciate you. All the love. Definitely do, man.
And that's it.
All right. It's a vibe, bro. It's a good little day today, man. Good little day, man. All right.
Agreed.
Let's make sure we got our predictions in. We done broke the thing down. We done reacted to Canada. We done talked Kenny. We done had our crazy friend TG on. All right. Think we pretty solid there.
Last one, James Bradshaw says, will they have time to change receiver rights or just play call will be different? Receiver routes, I think is what he means. Yeah. Receiver routes are just, will the play calling be different?
It's play calling. In terms of routes, the route tree is the route tree, right? The small changes that you face are if you were to say instead of running the vertical route as an outside receiver, running in the slot, or instead of running a stop route as an outside receiver, you can run it out of a slot or out of the number 2 or number 3 position. It's more of that than necessarily the routes themselves being different. I mean, I think it's 10 routes total that you can legitimately, the basis of the route tree. So yeah, I don't think it's anything crazy with that. Some of the other off schedule stuff is typically what you get when you have a quarterback receiver relationship where it's like, yo, you've seen AB where it's like he's going to run like he's doing a drag and now he's going to dart down the middle of the field. Or you see it with Jamar Chase and Burrow. They look like they're running a slant and now he dagger this thing up. Those are bastardized routes. They're not legitimate. This is the route we call this. It's like, nah, we just see something right here and we trying to do that. I don't anticipate us getting a ton of that stuff. But what we could potentially have is some of just the moving around of players. Deke's talked about it. TG talked about it as well. In terms of moving them dudes around. Picking instead of him always being on the outside, bump him in the slot. Bunch them. You know what I mean? Different things like that. DJ, motion, shift, stuff like that. So I think we will hopefully see that. But in terms of actually new routes, I don't anticipate that being the case. No.
That's it.
All right, man. Well, with that being the case, I do want to say my man Ohm Sla, major love to you. Unfortunately, we both can't relate, and that's not cool. But major love to you, baby. All right. For everybody else though, man, Major Love, man, we appreciate y'all tapping in with us. Like I said, this will be the final live podcast joint for the week because it is the holiday, man. So we want y'all to have a great, dope Thanksgiving with the people that you want to be around, the people that you love. And yeah, stay safe, all right? But either way, man, we will tap back in. What you got this weekend, Deke? You streaming anywhere? What you got?
Just after the game, after the Bengals game.
For sure. So post game, he got you a Bleacher Report. Y'all know I'll probably do a watch party again, second, third quarter time frame for the game on Sunday. So you got some options there as well. But either way, we appreciate you for tuning in. And until next time, baby.
Peace.